Can I please? Everything was going so well. Everything was so promising. Am I back? Do pardon that just happening. OBS just freaked its entire bean, and also, Hearty, you are legally not allowed to tell me how lore works. I don't know what I'm saying. Also, why is the keyboard on my left? I don't need that. I need my controller. So, hopefully, we're back in the room. Can anyone yay or nay confirm or deny? Which is like a deny, but pronounced alternatively. I just had dinner. Can you tell? Well, that says to me that I exist once more, like Montenegro 2016. I exist. My bitrate is a strange square shape. There's a huge amount of delay between the stream and the universe, apparently, but hey diddly ho and brackets on toast. I shall just shut up and get on with the game, if the game feels like a pairing. Plus, okay. Everything appears to be fine. Discord exists. Lozzie, you are free to join if you want. And I need to move the game somewhere where I can actually see it, because at the moment it's buried under the tracker. Okay. So, when last we left off, oh good, I was going around the reefs of the world, murdering all of the various cannons, because that's a thing we can do with our free time, and it's what I'm choosing to use my time to do. So, we just have 2 more reefs to deal with, and this is one of them. Also, my aim is terrible because my camera is terrible. So, did I make a kill? Maybe perhaps not. You're here. Could you be not here? And by that I mean be dead. Okay, good. And then there's you, who I will make cease with the existence. Am I about to get boomed? Hearty, you can have spinach as a treat. Right then. And so I whinge. Is all the audio, like, fine and stuff? Because obviously there's no music at the moment, but like everything else, you know, that there's the noises that my face is making, there's the sound effects I would like to have. I would like to have spare bomb. Me? Why did I spend so much time falling out of the boat? I need more bomb just in case. Yeah, don't worry if you find yourself practically disengaged with the reef antics, because we only have 2 more reefs to do, and this is one of them, and we're like, whoa, lemon deck chairs. You remember that famous Eurovision song, whoa, lemon deck chairs. You know, it represented Sao Paulo in 20 As I said, it's not been a good week for me and my mental health, and I feel like it sort of shows in my commentary. So how's everyone else doing? Because I'm sort of impressed, come to think of it, that, like, looking at my tracker, and, like, the half the tracker that y'all can't see because it's... Oh, hello. That it's not even on the stream. Oh, I'm glad to hear it,
Hello.
Lozzie is also here. Hello. How be?
I be existing. Generally.
I exist as well, but things are questionable. And so I'm taking my mind off things by playing a Vidjamagurm. Ah, I got some magic. It's magic.
It's magic.
Ow, ow, ow. Brittany.
Ajibay. Wrong game entirely. Yes.
So, I don't know about anyone else who's like in the live chat, because we have a German and a Croatian, so they're probably not qualified to talk about this. But Laura, you're a fellow Brit, pictured here, the British flag, obviously. Have you been watching the game show Rolling In It on ITV? Oh, I got the last piece of death. That means I could technically go and beat the game now. How about that?
Rolling in it. I can't say I have. Why is it a good? Is it a recommendation?
Sort of. It's not like the greatest thing to ever have a cabbage, but, you know, it's It is. It exists. That's what I was watching over dinner, and there was a contestant, and her name was Titi, and we just spent the whole time going, her name is Titty.
Oh my days.
Now, how many in the world money is it does I am? I'm here, so I just need to go over yonder to the final reef that's thither. 5.
12.
Why is it giving me this cutscene now? What is... Boobies.
I don't know. Why did it literally take me this long to literally realise that the entire plot of the Fire Saga movie had essentially kind of been done by Father Ted?
But Father Ted did it better, and that's saying something, bearing in mind Ireland.
Yeah, because, like, Father Ted, Ireland don't want to win Eurovision again, so they send My Lovely Horse.
And that's such a stupid, basis as well, because you're not under any obligation to host if you do win.
In Fire Saga, Iceland can't afford to win, so they just put everybody that was going to enter their national final on a boat, and then boom.
They're on a boat.
And then it exploded! And then Fire Saga were the only survivors because Will Ferrell was smart enough not to go on the boat. And
Bye-bye, ocean.
The idea was that they were to die in the boat.
When really the people who were supposed to die were the people who thought the film was a good idea in the first place. Too soon? Too spoon? Too fork? Too share?
Knife.
Knife to meet you.
That's one thing I'm still not over about with that movie is, like, one of them talking to another one of the contestants. But you're gay. No, I'm not gay. I'm Russian.
Oof.
That's
a big old oof.
That's kind of a bit of a problem. Because, gay people can be Russian too. Right?
Gay people can have a bit of Russia as a treat.
I mean...
Oh, that reminds me of a funny sort of Russia-related story that happened during the week.
Ooh!
So, also Dino's serving the tea there in case I didn't already mention. But, yeah, so, y'all remember Tristan, I'm sure. He's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And Ez is here. And... So Tristan's doing his thing. He out here hustling on the internet, and you gotta respect the amount of work that he puts into everything. And he received a spam comment on his webcomic, which, by the way, Natural Habitat, go check it out if you haven't already, because it's good and it deserves attention. But yes, he received a spam comment that just said something completely unintelligible and then gave an email address that ended in .ru. So he sort of shrugged and went, alright, fuck it, and he sent an email to that address in Russian, and he screen capped it and sent it to me, and I saw it and I giggled, because literally all the email said in Russian was, "My hovercraft is full of eels." This just in, local furry pisses off entire country. But fair enough, you know, I get Russian spam all the time, and I do not know why.
You say local furry as if Tristan lives here, but he kinda don't.
We wish. You a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's like the middle of August.
So you know what that means. Japan should take the islands.
Which they were going to do anyway.
Wait, Hutty only knows half the words to "My hovercraft is full of eels"?
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
They are all standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
One, some as big as your head. I don't know the rest of the words.
Give it a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the showman said.
That too.
Like I did in the review of Croatia, where I just sort of went off the rails, and now there's a gif of me singing "I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts."
Yes. And that cheers me up when I feel sad.
Ah. Goo goo.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo. because that was a song.
Yeah, and the rock boy from the Voice Kids performed it, and then... do you care about Voice Kids spoilers?
Not entirely.
He qualifu! We didn't think he would, but then he did, and we're happy because he sang a Muse song in his blind audition, and now we're like, yes, Mad Queen.
Yeah, speaking of male children and singing, did you hear about the kid that got disqualified from the Ukrainian national final?
I did. And, like, this is, like... I don't know if it's to the same degree of severity, but it reminds me of what happened with Siren Song, and, like, it's a difficult thing to talk about, but, like, I understand where the broadcaster is coming from when they do these things. That doesn't mean to say that I agree with it or condone it or whatever, but I at least understand their thought process. And, I mean, Dino, you're not entirely wrong, because I think Lady Gaga got her name from that song. It's a wasted opportunity of a song, I'll give it that, because, like, it sounds like it should be a song that criticizes the entertainment industry for focusing so heavily on vapidity and, like, oh, all we hear is radio goo goo gaga, but instead, the song actually is the exact type of song that it sounds like it's complaining about. Or is that just me?
And that's why Tess hates Queen. Boom.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Among other reasons.
I'm just saying, there isn't a Queen song out there that doesn't irritate me at least a bit. And, like...
Bohemian Rhapsody?
It's played out. Like, it's like, it's lol random internet humor before that was a thing. And then there's the serious bit. And one thing that pisses me off about my high school days, well, a lot of things piss me off about my high school days, but let's not go into that because trauma isn't funny. But, he says, getting hit in the head by a spear. But, one thing is, I remember asking my classmates in, like, year 8 or year 9, or, like one of the single-digit years, but still high school. I asked them, oh, Bohemian Rhapsody, well, what's your favourite part of the song? And they're like, oh, the serious part. I'm like, really? You children are children. Why do you like the boring part and hate the only reason anyone actually remembers the song?
I remember having to sing that in a music GCSE lesson. Like, well, not the whole song, because we would literally be there, like, pretty much most of the day. But, like, I think we started from I See a Little Silhouette of a Man, and then just did that bit of the song. That was a time.
The thing that I remember fondly about it, at least, is in Father Ted, Graham Norton's character, he's this over-enthusiastic, like, youth group mentor, and, like, he's trying to get his youth group to sing it with him, and just his intonation when performing it is just like, Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
So basically...
It tickles me.
So basically, his character is essentially what my sister was wanting to be at some point in her life, but now she's changed her mind and is going to teach English to children in Japan! Yay!
She's going to take the islands!
Some of them, not all of them. Like she has a budget.
Oh, hearty. I mean, I think in one of my... I want to say the first year that I did Vader, which I kind of miss doing, but, like, it's just so not viable to do anymore. But I want to say in the first year that I ever did Vader, I think I did a video sort of explaining, albeit very badly, the traumas I went through in high school. And, like, it's not really entertaining content, but at least it's informative? Question fart? Ooh, I have all of the things that I need to make stuff happen.
Yay!
No. Ah!
Quack.
Quack, blah, blah. If ducks had butt cheeks, then that means they would also have a butt quack.
Tess, why are you like this?
I don't know! I have crippling depression.
Say!
It's time for the Ding Dong song because we're fighting some friends.
Yeah, ding dong. I don't know how it goes.
I've never heard it.
Neither have I.
Yeah, Yasputin. Lover of the Husavik. Strip the furries. Because that is what this involves.
Okay, I mean, make sure they consent, unless they're into non-consensual stripping. But
I mean, I had a conversation that was scarily similar to this with Cassidy yesterday evening, and then it got sad.
I wish I wasn't so socially awkward so that I could talk to people.
I mean, if you think you're socially awkward, what does that make me?
Because, like, I want to talk to Cassidy, but then I'm worried, like, oh no, you're gonna say something that'll upset her, and then I'm just like, I don't want to upset her, and then I'm sad.
Oh, clearly, she's too famous for you little people. Clearly. Nah, the Cassidy is a good, in case that was in any way ambiguous. Cassidy is a good. You can go and find a friend house. You can wear the bra of friendship. Cabana unana.
Okay, you just combined like 2 different songs there. You combined like In My Cabana by Margaret and Havana by Camila Cabello.
I did that when that song was first announced because I've never actually heard In My Cabana. In my Copacabana.
Copacabana.
Copacabana. It's a good, and I'm glad to hear that Sean Banan was involved with the Melody Festival and songwriting camp. Unless I'm misreading the news and he was actually at the songwriting camp where Victoria and Symphonics were this week. Mara Glads! Oh god, have I been mishearing the lyrics this entire time, or is that Inez making a dick joke?
I mean, wasn't like the Ben Dolic at the Bulgaria camp as well?
You know, Camp Bulgaria. I thought it was dance, like jag en sång och en dansman. I love that the Swedish word for male dancer is dance man.
And you were really upset when they played the English version of Diggy Loo Diggy Lay at Eurovision Greatest Hits.
It's the one Swedish winner that I have no objections to, and they made it objectionable.
You liked Heroes at one point, like before it won!
That is true, then it got overrated. It ruined my experience of the song. But yeah, okay, it is a bop, but I also don't like how, like, people are going after some artists for, like, blatantly sounding like other songs, and then Mons turns up, ripping off the artwork of A Dandy Punk, and also a song that is comparable to Lovers on the Sun, and no one calls him out on it. Like, bruh. Like, either call out no one or call out everyone. Now it's time to stab an old man.
Wow, Tess time traveled and is stabbing... No?
I don't think this is a required part of the spoodle, but I'm here anyway.
Yes, I do still have fond memories of that time we went to Eurovision's Greatest Hits.
Yeah.
Like you shouting, "Grow up!" when people were booing Russia.
Yeah, because, like, Russia's got issues, but I will defend them from at least people being unreasonable, because that's illegal. Oh, Harty's sleeping at us in German. Sleep is for the Danish. What are you, from North Germany or something? I just stabbed a man in the top of the spine. He's probably going to be paraplegic for life. As a direct, explicit result.
Clearly he's having a siesta.
Unana.
Siesta unana.
Europe's living a siesta.
But yes, I've been doing well with my Spanish.
I'm glad to hear it. Because obviously I've not really been in a fit state to continue our one-on-one lessons lately. You say
That's
that like I'm supposed to
fine,
remember where you're from.
I understand. I understand, and that's why I've sort of given you space instead of just hounding you.
I
But
appreciate that.
I do care for I do care for your well-being, so I do ask if you're okay.
Yeah. Because, like, for people who don't know, I've been, like, really quiet on, like, Telegram and social media, at least compared to usual. And also, that's why I've been a bit more quiet with uploading A Hat in Time as well, because, like, stuff happened this week, and, like, it feels a bit inappropriate to be bulling ahead with just making content as if nothing's changed. And I'm not going to go into the specifics, because it's sort of a sensitive, difficult thing. And I will say it's the sort of thing where we don't know if the police have to be involved yet. And I'll just leave it at that. Like, I'm okay. There's nothing to worry about there, but, like, it's that sort of thing, you know? Like, I've not been illegal, and I've not done anything illegal, but just, you know, that's why like, for anyone who's been wondering where my, like, content's been at, that's kind of why. And also, that's why I didn't carry on streaming this straight away after last time. But I'm streaming it now because I need some catharsis.
I can feel that feel because I experienced something fairly similar-ish last year. I think Tess knows the details about that.
Oh, yeah. God, has it been a year already? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there's
Like,
a bonus prize for killing him even harder than this, so I'm just gonna keep going until he murders me. Carry on.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's been, like, just over a year now, and it literally took them until January to basically say to Philly G, we're not going to push this any further, you're basically free to
Exist
again.
They didn't even apologize, did they? I blew this man 160 times!
No, they didn't.
Well, it's just so rude.
But it's basically what we've been saying all along. Philly G is a decent human being.
He's a mushroom and a puppy and a good boy.
Yes. He just goes off on a speed from time to time.
And everyone needs a pee now and then.
I said speed.
I know.
You know.
And we mean this in the gotta go fast sense, not the cocaine sense?
Is it speed?
I don't know. Or maybe it's heroin. I don't know.
Marijuana.
I'm... Oh!
I don't know.
Well, now we can do the rest of the dungeons.
I mean, I know that there's one particular street in the town where we live that always smells of the weird.
There's a house that's, like, opposite mine but off to one side, and we affectionately call it the crack house. Because there's always people doing suspicious things next to it, and sometimes in it. This is a good picture. Schnoof, schnoof. But, yeah. And
Pictured here, Tess entering the crack house.
yeah, we call it the crack. We have no evidence. I highly doubt that there actually is crackula dealings going on there, but... hey, Carragher's here, and also coca... Actually, that reminds me of a terrible joke. Well, like, a good terrible joke that Tristan told me the other day. So, the films The Sixth Sense and Titanic, what do they have in common? I see dead people.
Oh!
Because they're dead, but they're also cold. Hoo-hoo.
Isn't it like a thing where a dead body goes cold anyway, so yeah.
Yes. And fun fact, there's a thing called liver mortis, which has nothing to do with the liver and also not technically anything to do with rigor mortis, where it makes the body go blue because it's not got any circulation going on anymore. And that's... I don't know why I'm talking about coronary terms. Oh, I nearly said the no-no disease name. And what is that face for? And actually, I can't even tell on Streamlabs what that face is meant to be anyway, but you know the peef. The piece of chaleef. Bombs? Oh, I was about to update this on the tracker, but I don't think there's a thing for that. Well, whatever.
Whems?
Whems?
Which will represent the moon at Junior Eurovision by Kanye West in the Kazakh language, alongside Fun with Maths. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ades, that's fair enough then.
I just realised that Plam is like 16 now, and
Oh
this
my
makes me feel
God,
old.
she's so old. She's an ancient baby.
She's an ancient baby. I'm just sort of like, she could realistically represent Bulgaria in Eurovision, and I'm just like, she won't, but she could.
She could. Shout out to Plam.
Yeah. Hi, remember me? I'm Miss Robson. Although I'm now married, so...
And you never met me, and you've probably never even heard of me, but hi anyway. And
actually, no, I think she would have heard of you at the very least, because I think, like, I became friends with you in 2014, and...
I thought you were going to say I became president, and I don't know why. Lozzie for president.
No, please don't put me in charge of the country.
But you could...
I mean, I'd make Eurovision a national holiday, but...
But Eurovision's already on the weekend. How holiday can it get?
Like, the whole week.
Ah, in that case, yes. Haha, yes. Where's my potato waffles? This little waffly versity. You know the song.
Yes, because I used it for the theme music for Hexvision 14, purely because of Bast.
And after 14 editions, not counting the time that I won and had all my songs auto-qualify, I finally got a Queen sweep!
Yay!
And now I'm going to win the whole thing, and if not, everyone's cancelled forever! No, obviously not. But you know.
I can't remember what countries you had. I mean, you had USA...
Croatia and Latvia.
Well, I can say with confidence, I like 2 of them.
Oh. Now, I was going to have a guess, but then my guess changed.
Ooh.
So, I feel like my Latvian song isn't your cup of tea. But I can't prove that. Because, like, I was going to say, maybe you're not fond of my USA song, but then I remembered you're actually, like, unexpectedly rock-flavoured in a good way. So, I think perhaps you might appreciate my American song.
I did appreciate your American song. I also appreciated your Croatian song. Although, I mean...
I went the wrong way, didn't I? Carry on.
Yeah. I mean, Imagine Dragons. I thought you would have sent Immortals, because that is a bop.
It is. That could not have gone more incorrectly.
What do you want?
I had a bad jumpy time, it's fine. All because I went through the
fell through the trampoline.
Yes, you do. It's this, because the door is doing the bibbidi-bop-bop-ba-dop-bop shiny face time. Pictured here, the bibbidi-dop-bop shiny face time.
Yep. And only 2 of my songs qualified.
I can't see!
Hexvision.
Yeah. Well done, never the same.
I know. Although it was kind of unexpected, like I knew Czech Republic would do well, but I wasn't expecting Slovenia to qualify over Portugal. Because I mean, Latina de Cuerpo y Alma is a bop. I can't pronounce words, but...
Latina de Cuerpo y Alma. It's in Spanish as well, so clearly you should be able to.
Is it? I thought it was Portuguese.
Well, if it is Portuguese...
Is the whole song in Spanish?
If it is Portuguese, then it's nothing but words that they have in common with Spanish.
Fair enough. I'm just bad at pronunciation.
Hey, that is legal.
You know.
It's legal and valid. And that's why I teach you how to say words.
Yes. Hace mucho calor.
See.
I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'll be right back.
I'm just going to assume that was just such a hideously violent burp that it frightened her away. God, you could make a beat to the sound of this statue walking. Carry on.
Oh no, don't think that. I'm just getting a drink because I am thirsty AF.
As thirsty as Alex? I'm so cruel to my friends, and they love it. Actually, saying it out loud kind of makes me sound like some sort of oblibliously plurort, and I am a better person than that. Let me just flap you with the flag of Antarctica, you skull. Honestly, the audacity of dismembered bones these days. I said bone and member in the same sentence. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, we have the other key as well, so we can just sort of go and have a pillory in the next room. We can just beat the entire Tower of the Gods, and just look at the tracker at this point. We can do everything except for the end of Dragon Roost Cavern, because I'm still missing a key there, possibly two keys. I'm not remember. We can't do the Wind Temple yet because we have both the keys, but we can't get in yet, and we can't really do the Forsaken Fortress. Yeah, because we need the hammer to get anywhere of significance. Unless I do something unexpected, I'm not sure off the top of my head now. But the bottom line point Flaherth is, for the most part, we're... Oh, there, for the most part, I can't do the Forsaken Fortress, but we can do the Earth Temple. Already done the Forbidden Woods. Currently doing Tower of the Gods. Yeah, we're making good progress. Technically speaking, hello by the way. Technically speaking, I could just go and beat the game, but I want to get the hammer because that's one of the custom models that I paid human money for. Hi, Lozzie has returned from Drinkerton.
You make it sound like a place.
Hey, I got additional shooting power. I can... You ever forget how to speak English?
Pictured here, Laura snapping the necks of her enemies even though it's just opening a can of caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Isn't that exactly how it works, though? I mean, doesn't human meat taste better when it's caffeine-free? Fat-free? Then proceeds to throw a giant statue of the Earth so that it makes nearby men become naked in a way that would be weirdly objectifying if they are women, but for some reason it's perfectly acceptable if it's a yogurt advert.
That still doesn't make any sense, like, at all.
I mean, remember who you're talking to, fam. Oh, I fell through the floor. Baby, this is Devil's Door burning in the flame. Wanna know my secret? Bang. Bang! I still listen to that from time to time.
Same.
I do think that that Call for Love by Kayak? Trivago?
Kayak.
I got
Hotel Trivago.
But yeah, like, that kind of is just Siren Song again. Like, I feel like it's not different enough for it to be obviously similar, you know?
It's like Siren Song if it was sung by a dude.
And he like, it's Siren Song, but as performed by Conan Osiris. Oh, she has wrists, knees and legs. You know, because phone. No? Okay. I will go to bed forever.
I've been feeling that way for pretty much most of this week.
But we're here now.
Because I went back to work for the first time since lockdown on Tuesday.
F.
That was a time.
Do you have any fun, funky work stories, or just illegal people?
I can't think of anything fun that happened that day. I mean, unless me having a panic attack is fun.
At least you knew it was coming.
Yes, I did.
Which, like, I mean, obviously everyone's experiences are different, but, like, I find it to be helpful to, like, know of these things in advance for me and myself. But, like, usually I can only tell that they're coming when it's, like, about to happen. You know, it's sort of like predicting an earthquake by looking out the window and seeing if everything's doing the chimichanga.
But yes, like, I knew it would come anyway because I'd been off work for so long that just suddenly being thrust back into work with all of these changes, it just sort of makes the brain, as Tess said, do the chimichanga. And I mean, especially with the whole eat out to help out thing, and like, there's meant to be somebody at the door of the McDonald's restaurant, say, asking, are you eating in or taking away? And then a lot of people tend to say, oh, we'll just take away, thanks. And then they'll realise, oh yeah, today is Tuesday, you do the eat out to help out thing, can we eat in instead?
See, I don't even know how that works, 'cause I've heard the strapline and that's it, and also, and as I tend to agree. But yes, carry on.
Essentially, the eat out to help out thing is you get 50% off for every person that spends over £10 or something like that? I can't remember.
So if 2 people eat out, you get 100% off.
If they spend over a tenner.
Wait. The fact that you're not objecting to that makes it sound like it actually works, and I feel like it probably doesn't.
I don't think so.
I think it would just be 50% off each, rather than, you know, like, 2 people buying £20 worth of food altogether? Have it for free!
And that's probably why Weatherspoons don't do it. Because that would be kind of dumb.
And I also...
And I say this.
I also feel like the name of the scheme doesn't really help matters, because, like, it sounds lewd, I'll put it that way.
Ah, yes, I'm eating out to help out.
Brittany, that's not what we do to vegetables. What, Captain? Are you saying I'm not supposed to be deep-throating this cucumber? Brittany, what the fuck? Also, cucumbers are fruit. I'm having a moment. What?
Is cucumber actually a fruit?
Well, it's got seeds in it. In the words of Rhett and Link, do vegetables have fruits?
Is Italian a country? Remember that from Only Scope Things all that time ago?
Tessellating Hexagons, type that into China.
I want a Sonic 012 remake.
Pumpkins. And I have the audacity to wonder why no one watches my streams. Well, that, and also, I'm being horse garbage at this room, and I'm not entirely sure if it's a... Are you alive? Wow. I had so much verbal diarrhea that everyone died forever. Like, maybe this time, for the first time, something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen. Happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. For 3!
Hello again.
That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted to happen. What?
You didn't want me to come back, okay?
What? No, I fell into the infinite abyss.
Fair enough.
I think,
But yeah,
I think the pots don't count.
I was talking about my car made a boo-boo. Like, that's one of Big the Cat's lines from Sonic Team Racing, which I've been enjoying with the husband. I play as Shadow.
Of course you do. See, I haven't played it at all since I bought it on Steam, and I've just not got around to playing it. Is it any good?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad, because I don't like how it's cool to hate on the Sonic series when actually solid music and children, solid children, liquid children, gaseous children.
And then and then Philly G's phone went off, and I was just sort of like, okay, somebody's calling him, and then it turns out to be Philly G calling his own phone because he thought he lost it.
How?
Fair enough.
If he lost his phone, how did he call his phone using his phone?
Landline phone.
I forgot that landlines even existed, because we don't have one anymore. We haven't had one for a long time.
It is a time.
It's 9:17 in the evening, to be specific.
Eee. In other news, I was taught recently how to play the Pokemon card game.
Ooh, I am not intimately acquainted with it, so I'm happy for you.
Yay!
See, how intimately were you familiar with Pokemon before that?
Like, not hugely. Like, I have Pokemon Shield, and I've been playing it a little bit here and there. I did have a copy of Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky.
And also Mystery Dungeon Dix. I remember you playing that at my house.
Oh yeah! Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Yeah, so I've sort of dabbled in the Pokemon stuff, but my sister taught me recently how to play the card game, and I whooped her ass.
Cool. Now, how was I able to perfectly murder this first child, but now the second one's giving me hepatitis of the leg?
It's because it got good and gained a brain.
And birth a child in Romania.
Oh, shush.
Hi, Tess.
Ah! It's the pee-pee man!
You mean Philly G?
Because his name begins with P.
Although it's pronounced like it should start with an F, which doesn't make any... That's a thing that doesn't make sense to me. Like, his name begins... I have a lobster now. Like, his name begins with P, but it sounds like it should start with an F.
It's like how, before my parents knew if I was going to be a boy or a girl, when I was in the process of preparing to be born, they considered calling me Sapphire if I was a girl, but then they were like, nah, it's got 2 P's in it, and it would be hard to explain to her how to spell her name and why. And then they gave me a boy's name that has exactly the same problem.
But your name has 2 N's in it.
Yeah, and some people don't spell it with 2 N's, and some people spell it with the wrong vowels.
Well, some people spell it with an E.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are other ways of misspelling it as well, but that's the big
I've seen A spelling with an A. An A instead of a second O.
I was gonna say, fucking where? You know, like, hello, my name is Michael with a B, and I've been scared of bugs my whole life. Stop. Where? What? Where's the bee? There's a bee!
No, I mean, like, I've seen spellings of Connor with... Well, I've seen your spelling. I've seen spellings of it with an E. And I've seen on an Irish Eurovision Facebook group of it being spelt with an A.
I am offended. But anyway, now, the thing with the Beemoses in this game, for many of my life, I thought that the pink ones were just straight up unkillable. But then it turns out you can kill them in exactly the same way as the blue ones. Who would have thought? And now I'm going to shoot arrows into your eyes and bubbles up your nose, and it will make you go away because you are the moon. Oh no, he's firing poop!
Oh, look, and there's the moon.
It do be like that.
So shine, bright moon.
I don't remember what that was from, but I agree.
I can't remember either. I just remember Joss saying it once in a video. Back when we did Lively Planet stuff.
I sort of miss that, but I feel like we would all be better at it nowadays anyway, so it's probably for the best that the whole thing went on a protracted hiatus.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, I'd like to dive back in, but like, Alex taking 50 years to do even a single oid of Let's Play is like, that's not helping. Like, Alex, you said you wanted to Let's Play. Why won't you take my help? And he's like, I'll do it next week. And then the week after, he's like, I'll do it the week after that. You know, like he asked for my help ages ago in like how to Let's Play, and then he's just never actually acting on that advice. Like, come on, I know you'll be entertaining to watch.
Yeah, like, I mean, I tried, and, like, I mean, I was kind of good.
Yeah, you were entertaining, and here we are, like, casting a pod almost.
Yeah.
And we have plans going forward for other things too, and you know, everything could be towels and hankies.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I get really, really good with my French and my Spanish, then maybe I could use my channel to, like, make, like, little cartoons and stuff and to teach children Spanish and French that way.
That would be good. That is content you can do. Because you don't need a PGCE to teach people on YouTube.
That's true.
Which, obviously, PGCE stands for Please, Grandma, cook eggs.
What does that have to do with teaching, though?
Well, that's the thing. You need to find a grandmother and eat all of her eggs. And when you've done that, you understand what it means to teach.
Right, okay.
Don't mind me, I was just updating the tracker there. Alright, then. To the Earth Temple, because we still don't have the ham. You know, Super Mario 64 has the boomerang, boomerang, 4 fire bombs, and a ham.
Okay.
You can stop me at any time, you know.
I have no words for what's going on here, because I've got you doing
Whatever the hell that was.
and I've got Philly G bashing wires against the air conditioner. It sounded like you were.
And then there's you sitting there snapping the necks of your enemies.
By opening Coke cans.
I was trying to freeze a crab and it didn't really work out for me.
Oh, that's a shame.
Just gonna flex holding this head.
How does it feel?
Heavy, heavy Bobo. Now, we can't get everything in the Earth Temple, partly because we don't have a key, but we could do some things here. And that's what counts.
Yay.
You know, sometimes it's the effort and sometimes it's the pudding that you find inside the...
But the most important lesson of all is the friends that we met along the way.
We're all in this together. Everywhere you look, there's a The
Tess,
game
I know you can sing better than this.
The game just moaned at me. And yes, I
Because
can.
it knows you can do better.
Because I can.
I mean, you could have the voice of 1,000 angels and represent San Marino at Eurovision and win.
Because victory comes in all sizes.
Thank you!
Just wanted to get a moment there of Medley posing with Lion Boy. Because I am a floof.
Floof!
Mane go floof, tail go poof.
Isn't Medley also like a villager you can get in Animal Crossing if you scan the right Zelda amiibo?
She is! And so is Epona the horse, and so is Ganon, and so is Wolflink, and he's the gay type. Like in a good way. He's the smug friend. Which is just
Yes.
the rather gay-esque, like stereotypical gay furry personality type.
Yes.
And I don't know what
Which
they're like.
reminds-
I don't know what they're like in New Horizons, but certainly in New Leaf they were like they liked trains. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say.
They're like trains. That just reminds me of an Animal Crossing related Discord server that I joined fairly recently. It's called the Animal Crossing Academy, and much like Hogwarts, it divides into houses, and the houses are based on the 8 different personality types, and yeah. No prizes for guessing which one I chose.
The nice girl lady person. Or possibly the big
North?
sister type.
Peppy.
Oh. So, literally the one that I didn't guess apart from Snooty, because you're definitely not a snoot.
No. But yeah, that is a time to be had, I'm sure. And it's like fun, you do like little Animal Crossing little challenges and things and stuff, and yay! It's gotten me back into playing the game again.
I still don't own it.
You will one day, my child.
But who can say where the road goes and where the time stones peedly beep beep bidip bidip boo badap beep badap in the arms of the angels.
I thought you was going to start singing Arms of a Stranger. You
Oh.
know, that song in Hex Vision.
I support its right to have qualified.
Yeah. I mean, of the 3 songs that he had in the national final, I think that was the right one.
There was a national final.
Semi-final. You knew what I meant.
Surprisingly, I didn't.
Semi-final. I knew what I meant.
Well, now I understand. I didn't, but now I do. I once was blind, but now I have a sausage.
What flavor sausage?
Pepperami.
What is this conversation become? Is anyone else online?
I thought Joth was around, but apparently they are busy, which is a sham. And I love how I cannot do either half of this temple in the correct order, because I can't go to the left because I don't have a key, can't go to the right because I don't have a ham. So all we can do is proceed forwards, which is supposed to be the last thing you do here.
Woo!
Pizza, pizza. Except it's Sunday. It's illegal to have pizza on a Sunday.
Why is it?
Because pizza is a Saturday food.
But you have it on a Friday.
No, we have it on Saturday. Oh, you can have it on a Friday as like a takeaway treat. But yes, pizza is illegal on a Sunday. Not for religious reasons, but just because I can be petty. Oh, so petty. Petty and pleffy and sneeze. Also, wet?
Petty and wet. Petty and...
Okay. Okra.
And I oop. I don't know.
Chili. I know it's supposed to be child, but when they spell it as chili, I read it as chili.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
4 female Ghostbusters? The feminists are taking over.
He's an adult virgin.
Yep, that too.
I finally got the ham, by the way, so now we can do everything.
You're my dad. You're my dad. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
It's a little Mitt Romney. So we're just quoting Vines at this point.
I'm surprised you didn't say that to your dad. Whenever you greeted him at the airport when you flew back from university, that time you went to university up north. Because that would have been funny.
The closest we had... The closest we had to that was when I turned up and he was wearing, like, neon fucking shoes, and I was like, what are those? Also, look, it's the broom from Anodyne. It's even got the little, like, swappy thing on it. You know, the swapper from the end of Anodyne. I got a broom.
Yes. Extend.
Widen. Fear me, I am a lion with a broom.
Wow, the one time you will actually see Tess cleaning.
Excuse you. I'm in the Earth Temple. Broom, broom.
Get out the temple!
Ah.
See, I can be mean to my friends too, and they like it.
Oh my god, you were watching the stream.
Wait, what?
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 Oompst.
Where? How many?
When?
Wembley Stadium.
What was the name of that game show you mentioned in the very beginning of this stream?
Rolling in it.
Thank you.
You know, rolling in dough like beef Wellington from Hollering, and he's shitting on her like she's whack flows intolerant. Oh, Julia Child.
Because she's a person. I don't know who Julia Childs is.
She's like a... She's like a lady chef woman, man, person, girl, lady, woman, town.
They're like Nigella Lawson, then.
Like Nigella Lawson, but older and full of butter.
Because all I remember about Julia Childs is the Rap Battles of History thing with Gordon Ramsay?
That's the only thing I know her from, but still. And for the record, she absolutely slayed in that battle. It was good. I liked... It's got a good beat. And she was just good at the dissing. But to be fair, apart from there are some words that were like the whole thing was clearly written by an American who doesn't know how to speak British, and also like the accent was just completely wrong. But apart from that, it was a really good rap battle.
Yes. Quite.
And now I'm destroying walls by looking at them funny.
Yay!
Ooh, I got an entire heart container.
Yay!
Because, like, for the record, I think at this point there is nothing stopping me from going and beating the game. I just want to, like, I'm not actually fussed about beating Ganon, to be honest. I just want to, like, do the temples and be like, haha, I got all the stuff. Randomizer go brrr. But we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that my mother and I have been doing recently is when we've been on our daily walk, because we go for a walk, like, we'll look at cars that are, like, parked, and we'll decide what the number plates stand for.
Ah, yes, you've told me about this.
Like, there's Fartin Luther King, and there's the Peanut Butter Zone.
I believe you did that with Philly G's car as well. Like,
Oh,
like you didn't, like, I don't think you, like, gave it an acronym, but you were just basically saying, like, because our cars had to go through a lot of, like, repairs and renovations and stuff, you could say it is the to-do list.
Because number plate is like, what, does it end in TDU or something?
TDO.
There you go. 'Cause you have a to-do list. And I feel like that doesn't constitute doxing you, because any car could end in those letters.
Ah.
I hope that's the case anyway, because I'm not trying to be illegal.
Now I'm concerned.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel very concerned and also very tired.
Everything always, honestly, you know?
I feel like I should sleep.
I know how it can be.
Try and get a decent night's sleep. So, yeah.
Does that mean you're going to go?
Sadly, yes.
Okay. Well, that's good that you are respectful of your own physical needs. Basically, I'm saying... Basically, I'm saying, yes, by all means, go and be gone if it means that you health. Because I value the health of my friends.
I'm thinking about myself for once. Yay!
Yay, you are valid.
Okay, bye Tess, bye chat.
Bye-zy, boo-boo, lozzy, sausage, poo-poo.
Lava, boobs, Maggie.
Hey! And then there was one. Or possibly less than one, depending on whether or not Dino is still here. Because I've basically already confessed to this stream being potentially crazy boring, because I could go and beat the game, and I'm just doing everything in my power to do exactly not that. Right, now where's Holy Boy? You're still down there somewhere. Hey, Dino is still here. Thank you, Dino. I appreciate you. And I can't commit to murdering because I blew smoke. Because the blue smoke makes you be like weed. And it's sad and deaf. And we can't actually go into that room yet because we don't have any keys. So I basically just can't do the entire... Yeah, I thought it was the west wing of the... no, east wing. East wing of the temple. We can't do that, but that's fine. We can do other things. This is the room that I thought that it was. So, how make a cross? Step 1, get to the back end of the room and, like, get the contents of the chest that we find there. And then... Don't touch me! And then once we have that chest, that'll make all of the gas go away. A bloopy! That makes all the gas go away, so now we can fight all of the local handmen. And that'll make another chest appear. Also, I feel like we've had at least 2 major items that have been in Tingle Chests, because the hammer was in a Tingle Chest, and I want to say something else was as well, but I don't remember what. And I could just kill these with light arrows, but... Okay, self-imposed challenge, and I'm gonna regret saying this, and so I'll probably renege on it, but I'm hoping, like my objective is to beat the major bosses, and then maybe Ganon as well if I feel like it. But if I beat all the bosses and I still don't have double magic, then I'll keep going until I find the double magic, because I would like to at least fill out the tracker just to say that I did it. Because like that's the big difference. Oh no, I got yanked. Because I suppose that's the big difference between Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. Wind Waker is so much easier to, like, get to the end of the game without, without getting as much stuff. Whereas Ocarina of Time, you sort of have to get a load of stuff. Like, your tracker is gonna be, like, 80-90% full by the time you get to Ganon Ocarina of Time. But with this, you could probably, like, I'm sure you could do a fairly efficient low percent run. I'm not fussed about doing that because I just want to prove that I can do stuff, but, you know, Medley, you still exist. Okay, maybe in the interest of time I should just abuse my light arrow privileges. Because Ball Masters are a fuck. Haha. Not that you got to see it happen, but you know, the principle. Fight me hand to hand. Bye. Oh. Difficult Man Chicken. Hello, everyone. I am Difficult Man Chicken. There we go. That was a trial and or a tribulation. What? No. You stay out here and face your death like a ham sandwich. Incidentally, chicken sandwiches, I disagree with them. Because, like, they don't taste of anything. Even with mayonnaise, they don't taste of anything. They need the bacon to offset the flavor of the chicken. Make me waste my light arrows like some sort of pancake on toast. Don't put anything on anything ever. As we were discussing on Discord the other day. Like, toast, don't put anything on it. Crumpets, definitely don't put anything on it. And as I said, heaven help you if you put anything other than milk on Weetabix. Okay. So that was unnecessarily dramatic. Good noise. I should probably crack a few more skulls just to get the local produce. And you. Okay. So, just thinking aloud, I got the hammer, which is sort of the main reason why I was meandering around the world. Ah, good. You see, I know very little about Twitch. The only reason why I'm still streaming on Twitch is because YouTube has just suddenly become extremely non-feasible for streaming on. And, there's something off in the far distance of the sea. Like, what is that? Oh, we can do Thorn Fairy Island now! Doi. And, obviously, the Cabana and Shark Island. What the hell's that over there? Oh, and Western Fairy... Wow. And, now that I realise it, we can do the entire Wind Temple as well. All because of a hammer. And now I've forgotten what I was saying. So, can't do anything further back to the behind because we need a key. Can't do anything in the western wing of the upstairs part of the temple because we need a key. So... Oh! According to the tracker, we're going to get something in the post soon. That's good. Now, if I just sort of set you down there, Medley, will this take me anywhere? I feel like it'll take me to the Forsaken Fortress. Because if so... Oh. Huh. So I'm just updating the tracker, don't mind me. So, map chest, destructible wall, first crypt, and foggy floor master. And I think that's everything in the Earth Temple for now. So yes. Okay, we're here. We have powers of things. There's stuff to be done. Fear my broom. Stop throwing the heads of chickens at me. Just gonna run through the fire, because through the fire and the flames, garlic naan. Now, what is that on the map? What is... Oh, it's water. And I feel... First of all, do we have the compass here? We do not. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna check the tracker, see how many chests there are here. Oh, only 5. Well, 6 if you include Phantom Ganon, but... Well, there's 4 chests, plus Phantom Ganon and the Helmrock King. Okay. Fine, okay. So, 4 things to keep an eye out for. And the Floor Master, we've dealt with enough of those. Yeah, I confess, I have never known what the most efficient way of doing the Forsaken Fortress is. Oh, Inez. Though, that said, I did say myself that I think Wind Waker redeads are the scariest redeads, and, like, they don't bother me, but I think, like, objectively they are probably the most frightening they've ever been in any game in the series. But then again, I don't know if they're in Breath of the Wild, and because I don't like Breath of the Wild, it's sort of a non-question. Right, is there an efficient way up, or do I just need to climb that ladder? Or climb that bladder? Next thing you know, you're scaling a wall of piss. Right. So, there's business over there. Really, Inez? I am fascinated by this. What is there to hate of? And I'm not trying to disvalue your opinions, by the way. I am curious. I want to hear the feelings of people and such like. Ah, well, in that case, yeah, okay. Completely reasonable. Because I know that they really bother Lucujin for one, and I do get why. Okay, I'm glad we weren't about to have some sort of slander showdown about the nature of Ocarina of Time. Though, like, okay, one thing about Oot, though, if you want to abbreviate it, is there is one thing that it was a victim of, and that was, like, the internet sort of gaslighting itself, where everyone just accepted that it's a pretty dope game. Like, you know, people at the time said it was impressive, and people generally agreed that it held up. It wasn't necessarily the best game of all time, like, by modern standards later on, but people at least were in agreement that it was a pretty dope game. And then one person went onto the internet going, actually, it's overrated and badly designed. And then suddenly everyone acted like that had always been true. And not only is it not true, but also, like, these same people disagreed with that exact sentiment until they were told otherwise. And like, bitch, shut your ass up. Like, there are no wrong opinions, but if you didn't make your own opinion, then you're kind of less entitled to wave it around. Like, you can't just borrow someone else's opinion and be like, hey, these are my original thoughts now, do not steal. I could go down for that joy pendant, but I think we've got all of the ones we need now. In fact, yeah, look at the tracker. Yeah, we don't need joy pendants for anything, so... Yeah. I was thinking, like, is there some way you can sell these things in this game? And, like, no, I think there's just the people who collect them, and there's a different one for every individual treasure, and that would make selling your excess just generally awkward. And a part of me is thinking to myself, maybe I should go and grind up blue chew jelly so that I can get the, like, whatever that's been randomized into. You see, Inez gets it. Because like, my personal favorite Zelda game of all time is Majora's Mask. And, like, that strays a substantial distance away from a standard Zelda game. Like, it still has a lot of the typical codes and conventions, but it does break some of them, so I can't really, you know, I can't criticize games too much for varying from that, but, like, I think it wouldn't be as strong, in my opinion, if it didn't have Ocarina of Time to build upon. All this is to say, I think Breath of the Wild is shite. And I know that wasn't a good accent. That was sort of the point. That is where we came in, because that's the pot. I've never much cared for A Link to the Past, by the way, and I don't know if I've ever bitched about this on stream, but I do think that Link to the Past is kind of overrated. Like, I certainly don't think that it's bad, I just think that it's overrated. And, like, for one, the sprite artwork in that game, I don't like. I'm sure there are some people who don't like. They don't have an opinion on it, but then when someone says, actually, I think they're pretty bad, they're like, no, it's the greatest artwork of all time, and like, but it isn't though, because for years I thought that A Link to the Past was just the game where everyone is mouse people. I literally thought that Link and Zelda were like anthropomorphic mice, and I didn't question it, because obviously I grew up furry, but you know, in hindsight, it would be a bit incongruous for there to be one game where they're just randomly mice, so surely that, and the fact that Aghanim kind of just looks like, I forget if it's Porky or Pokey, I forget what the English translation is, but the fat bastard, like, the bastard who is fat from the Mother games, like his fatness and his bastardness are not related, it's just he is a fat bastard. But the fact that Aghanim looks like him from Mother 3, and Mother 2 mostly, but he's in Mother 3 as well, like, surely that says a lot that the artwork isn't as good as people want it to be. But yeah. Yeah, basically, just sort of skim reading through what Anez says, yes. That is how I feel, yes. Now, where the hell is the prison? I've lost an entire prison. And also, I think there's another chest that I've somehow overlooked as well. Stop throwing your lanterns at me, sir. Well, I guess we could at least do the upper business. The upper business? Like, boobs? That would have been funny if there was someone else here to react to me talking shit, but... Oh. It doesn't show you the map if you map like that. Hey! You stop existing with your minty green face. I could swear there were more searchlights than just those. Oh, whatever. I don't even remember if you need to change the searchlights on the second visit, because I know on the first visit, you have a bad time if you don't deal with the searchlights, but then again, that's because it's stealth, and I don't like stealth missions, but the second time you're here, not this ledge, but the next one, because of the way the searchlights are, you're basically guaranteed to get got by one, and that doesn't throw you back into the prison room, but they do start launching bombs at you, which means that you basically can't sidle the entire way across without being knocked off by bombs. But I don't remember that being the case necessarily. It's like this sidle portion here. I don't know. You're not helping. Hey, goat child, yeah, get off the wall. You can't be sideways. So, yeah. Fuck it, let's just go and fight the Helmarok King, and then be on our way, because... Yeah, there are still 2 more chests to find. One's in the treasure room, yes, no. The prison room, which I, for the life of me, cannot remember where it is. And then another one... I could swear that there was... Oh, it's all the way over there. I could swear there was more than one, like, chest that's just up in the... Well, not the rafters, but on the upper level. And I just could not find at all. Also, does my microphone sound okay? Because OBS keeps telling me that I'm peaking, and I'm fairly sure I'm using the same settings as yesterday, so it shouldn't be peaking, and I'd be offended if it was. I just want my stuff to be watchable, you know? I want to be able to watch my stuff back later, because I watch all of my stuff back, and I don't want to be ashamed of that which I have produced. Bird, please stop destroying my footing. I want to continue haciendo la footing. Okay, well, thank you for your input, friends. Because, like, this is something that I was talking about with one of my friends yesterday. This sort of, like, one can't help but be bitter when one feels like one produces content that is greater than or equal to the work of people who work in the same field, but to a greater degree of success. Like, why do I only have 1,350 subscribers when there are people on YouTube who are as good as me, or worse at what I do, with, like, 100 times that number? Like, oh yeah, I just want some recognition. But then you can't say that because it makes you sound selfish, you feel? Also, that's a pretty tail. Those colours work much better than they have any right to. Also, just looking at the word lagom, it just reminds me of Legom from Beastars. She is a chicken. Speaking of chickens, come here and let me bash your face in with a broom. Get off my lawn! Tried to go in for the daily double, it could not be B. Hey, space chicken, get your ass back down here. I've beaten worse birds than you in both Sonic Riders and Billy Hatcher. Except I didn't do Sonic Riders as a Let's Play, and I probably never will, but you know. How did I make it sound Hungarian? I wasn't specifically trying to make it sound Swedish, just in case it was like, haha, this was never a Swedish word anyway, I was trying to deceive you like a Danish person would. And that's a specific inside reference to the fact that every Danish person I've ever met, and that's one people, but still, has been like, here, say this Danish word, and then I do, and they're like, nope, you said it wrong, even though I say it exactly the way they did. And they're like, nope, your accent is wrong, and I copy their accent perfectly, and they're like, nope, you're still saying it wrong. I'm like, bitch! Like, I know I'm not perfect with, like, the tongue twisters like Rud Grud me Floyde, but, like, still, fuck off. Then again, I have all the pleasure of doing that to Americans, because there are 2 Telegram groups that I am a part of, and in both of them I am the only Brit there. And I have much fun with that. Yeah, get master sworded, get stick bugged, lol. Ah, I can't pick up the mask and throw it into the spoon. I don't know what spoon I'm talking about here. Also, is the game too loud? I can't tell, because it's loud in my ears, but that's so that I can hear Discord people if and when they happen to choose to exist. Also, I'm still playing Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros in my free time, and I just got up to, like earlier today, I just played up to the section where you have to create the ulti bed. So that's a thing that's just started with me, and I'm still having fun with that. It's a good game. I think it's probably, well, it's either second or third best in the series, because I don't know, like, I don't know if Superstar Saga or Bowser's Inside Story is, I think those are the top 2, and then I think Dream Team Bros is probably third, and I think Partners in Time is overhated and underrated, and then Paper Jam Bros I know nothing about. It's probably the closest thing to a Paper Mario game we'll ever... Oh, good. We did all that for a red rupee. Well, whatever. Now, where is this loading point going to send me? Because there are still 2 chests for me to find here. And I would rather like to find... Please, take me through your wooden door. And while I'm here, I can update the tracker, because I got the bed chest, I'll call it the map chest, I don't actually remember, and Helmore Kings, yeah, compass chest and jail cell, or map chest, I'm not sure which one it is that I got. Okay, it puts it back down here, which is fine, because I wanted to be back on the lower level. Anyway. See, I can be efficient. Immediately opens the way to the upper level. See, I was under the impression that Partners in Time was really poorly received, and like, people, like, it does have one hell of a difficulty curve, like, at least compared to the others. And it is a really weird story, but that was the first Mario and Luigi game that I played, and I don't think I've ever actually played Superstar Saga. So, like, I know that it's good, because I've seen... I have seen it be played, but I've never played it myself. And I feel like people don't feel too positive about either of the remakes, which is a bit sad, because I would like to play them for myself and just see what the, you know, what's Mary Poppins there. Because it's easier than having to go through all the faff of getting a Game Boy Advance game and all that. And it comes with a bonus side mode. But yeah, I was actually thinking about Partners in Time earlier today as well, and like, it's good. It's a time that can be had by people. And where the hell is the final chest upstairs from here, or where are my legs? I appear to have dropped them in a bucket of butter. And one thing I do remember with Partners in Time as well is playing, like, using a a DS action replay, and, like, obviously using that to beef up the stats and all of that, and the game actually soft locks if you go into the tutorial battle with high enough attack power that, like when the game teaches you about getting a first strike on enemies, if your first strike kills the tutorial enemy, then the game soft locks, because it... Wrong button. Will y'all shut up? I can't hear myself monologue rambulously over here. Good lord, these children. But yes, the game soft locks because you're not supposed to be that strong yet. And, like, the game just doesn't load any further because the battle can't continue. And I feel like that's an unintended anti-piracy thing, even though it's not, like, action replays aren't even piracy in the first place. But yeah, I do have fond memories of experimenting with a DS action replay back in the day. Because that was a big part of the 2007 high school experience, getting a Pokemon game and, like, playing it legitimately, and then going back and getting a bunch of fancy Pokemon. Anyway, here's the last chest. I had a feeling it was around here. So, what's the last prize? Is it the Ghost Ship chart or Earth Temple keys? Those are the only things left. Oh, there's also the Double Magic and Wonder Letters, but still. Yeah, I know at one point I did acquire an R4, but not for piracy things, but for, like, there was... I'm trying to remember what it's called, but, like, there's a method of recording from the 3DS that requires a bit of, like, custom firmware, that's it. Like, and it requires a certain R4 in order to activate, and so, like, in experimenting with that, I had to acquire one. But I don't use it for anything illegal, because that's underhanded and not acceptable. And, yeah, I am inclined to agree as well. Plus, I just like having a physical collection anyway as well. And, like, obviously, don't be illegal. Don't be illegal. Don't be illegal. In this house, we do not stand software piracy. Though we also do not stand how corrupt the music industry is, but that's a topic for another time and has nothing to do with this. Right, where am I going next? I am feeling Shark Island because that's fairly straightforward to deal with. And just going to tick that off the tracker because we're officially completely done with the Forsaken Fortress. But yes, Southern Fairy Island, and then we'll go sort of southwest, get to Shark Island, and do that. And if memory serves, Shark Island was where I spawned in the randomizer file that I made just specifically to test that the custom model pack worked. And it did. And here we are. So there you go. And I know that next to Shark Island, that is one of the places where Cyclops' Cyclones can spawn. Like, obviously, before you have the Ballad of the Gales, or whatever the item turns into. But I always get the one that's near Mother and Child Isle, because that's the one that I always remember where it is, but there is one near here as well. That probably did not sound like it made any sense at all, but the Cyclones that disappear once you sail into one of them and then shoot the Frogman. Doug Frogman. Everyone's Doug with me. Right, I have the Korok side quest turned off, and... Oh. Yeah. One of my old DS's, there was something wrong with the top screen, and like it tinted everything red, and like that's such a really specific problem to have, but it essentially made it so that like that there was one game that I was playing and have a fantastic time playing, and I wasn't able to beat it because it like I was functionally colorblind for the purposes of the entire game. And basically, there was a minigame that involved color matching, and I wasn't able to do it because I couldn't see. And then I remember specifically going to a friend's house for dinner and specifically borrowing his DSi just so that I could see what the hell I was doing. I don't know where the last switch is. I was making such good time as well. Thought it was there, but it's not. Where's the final switch? Oh, this is not an efficient way of doing this. Where is it? Oh, it's all the way up there. Illegal. I will have this switch deported. Okay, fine. I will let the timer time out, and then we will start again. Right. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Put a bomb there. I don't think that counts as resetting the switch, so this run is probably also a dud. I suppose it would have helped if I'd actually scoped out the island before starting, but you know, whatever. Yep, I had a feeling. Okay, fine. I will stand here and wait for the switch to pop back up before we give this another go, because there is no time to take a bath. I have 3 Discord notifications now. Oh, they're all from the same person. Well, that's my bad for streaming without letting anyone know beforehand, except for the people that I did inform. Come on, switch. Pop back up, I dare you. There it is. Right. See, I usually use the boomerang to hit this crystal switch, but the thought occurred that technically the bomb's fuse gives you more time to get to another switch and give yourself more time to get to the other places, and the less time you spend between switches, the better. So, in case anyone's not familiar with Shark Island, that's the whole thing here. There's 4 switches that require 4 completely different methods of activation, and you need to press them all quickly. It's stressful. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that stressful. There are much more stressful things in the game than this. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, I remember that the switches activated a random whirlwind in the sea. And for some reason, I thought we needed to make use of that in order to get the thing from this island, but we don't, because the only thing that's up there is a yellow rupee. Not even a red rupee. It's just a Youpee. So what hole is this? Is it a combat hole? Oh, it's going to appear behind me. Bit rude. Ooh, they come in all sizes. It's like victory at Eurovision. It can come in all sizes. Still waiting for the day that San Marino actually wins. Because I will stand hardcore. Oh, that said, legitimately shout out to Senate, because she has been putting some serious work in her preparations for Eurovision 2021. Because, like, she's been doing like all these covers of some of her favorite songs from the past, and like, credit to her. I've not actually listened to any of them, but I know she has been doing it, and I respect her. Like, she's always on that grind. She's doing herself, but in a good way. I do think that it would be kind of entertaining if one of her covers ended up being her song from 2011. And possibly even her final cover being of Freaky, but in a completely different style somehow. And then the thing that she releases after that is her Eurovision 2021 song. Maybe she'll do another national final. Maybe there will be San Marino condoms after all. Like, I was seriously going to buy the San Marino condoms as well, but like, I say that to be sensationalist. I was going to buy all of the San Marino merchandise just specifically to show it on a video going, see, Sumu, someone does love you. But alas, all I got out of it was eating a shoe, just as promised. The prophecy was true. Strip the furries! And it does seem like a bit of a waste that Sumu went to all that trouble of that aggressive marketing campaign of, hey, look, Sumu 2021, you know, we're gonna win. This is our branding, and then they didn't actually get to, you know, Eurovision didn't happen. That's so sad, because it was such a weird, crazy Kakapoo Bananas time idea, and they owned it. And again, I respect their hustle. And who else was there? There was someone else I was going to talk about for doing something similar. Oh yeah, Montaigne. Because apparently she's written her song for 2021, and okay, that's one thing that I don't like about Wind Waker, and I think the developers were very aware that this was a thing that their engine does. But, like, Ocarina of Time was so much better for actually L-targeting the thing you want to L-target. Because with this, the game automatically L-targets the nearest thing to you, whereas in Ocarina of Time, it knows that I want to L-target the thing that I am looking at. I don't want it to be the thing that's nearest to me. I forgot that that was still on light arrows, but sure. But like if I press the L-target button, it's because I'm looking at something that I want to L-target. And the game's like, you know what, I'm gonna have you spin 270 degrees to look at something that you didn't even realize was on screen because it's nearer to you. I'm like, no, that's not what I want you to do. And the game does that knowingly because then it can design enemies around that. And the Wizrogues are a good example of that, especially the summoning Wizrogues. But the biggest bastards for that is the Mulgera and mini Mulgeras from the Wind Temple. Because their whole bit is the boss summons a load of tiny versions of itself because it knows that L-targeting is the best way of dealing with that boss. And the game refuses to let you target the thing that you're actually aiming for because that would make it too easy. And it does that by spawning a load of mini versions of itself that it forces you to target instead because they're closer to you. And now the Dark Nuts are killing each other. See, I could just cheese this with light arrows, but I do legitimately enjoy fighting Dark Nuts in this game. Oh, you're still alive. How about that? Have at you, sir. But yeah, I am hyped to hear what Montaigne's got up her sleeve, because obviously she was my number one for 2020. So she's kind of got big boots to fill for 2021. You know, no pressure or anything. Anyway, that was combat. I'd forgotten that Shark Island was quite this demanding. Hey, I'm thinking after this we should probably go to the Fairy Islands because they're nice and easy. Well, it's not that this was difficult, it was just trying, and hey, we're already back up to full almost everything anyway. Nothing be giving me magic here, but I don't know. I think they were called Dark Nuts from like as far back as the original Legend of Zelda. Because I know that there's a load of weird enemy names from those days. Because there's like... Oh, the tracker even referred to that as Enemy Hell. Well, how about that? Wait, what's that south of Tower of the Gods? Oh yeah, Private Oasis, duh. Yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying, but it probably wasn't anything worth listening to anyway. Now, Fairy Islands, Faroe Islands. So over on my personal Tumblr, tumblr.com/tesshex, or no, tesshex.tumblr.com actually. I forgot how Tumblr worked for a second there. I did like a 10 songs that I recommend by different artists, and I did a self-imposed challenge to not include any Eurovision songs on that list, and then I revisited it with songs that are exclusively not in English and also not Eurovision. And like, that's not out of ew Eurovision, because obviously I wouldn't do that, but just to prove that I know songs that aren't Eurovision. And as I said, I filled out the list twice, once with songs in English and once with songs not in English, and I recommend all 20 of those songs, and one of them is in Faroese. So there you go. Also, I just realised it's a good thing that we're going to a fairy island, because I do want to grind up some blue chew jelly. Because I could swear that you only need 10, but my last randomizer effort on my own time seemed to indicate to me that I need 15 blue chew jelly. Which I'm none too happy about, but hey ho. And as we're approaching island, that means I should be getting out my grappling hook so that I can whip. Oh, actually, we can also... Wait. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting something in the post? The tracker seems to think we will anyway. See, I've not heard much of what the Faroe Islands have to offer, but they do be pretty fresh. Hey, the postbox is indeed raving. The milk is out of date and the rooster is wearing sunglasses. But first, I want to murder a blue. There you are. Wrong button. Yoink. All your flesh is belong to me. Die. Yeah. So yeah, my experience of Faroese music is limited, but what I've heard I like. So, you know. If they were to turn up at Eurovision, I wouldn't complain, but then it's not really my place to say whether or not they can. Two? Yes, I'll pay for the incredible... Oh, because the Forsaken Fortress, doy. Well, I'll mark that off on the tracker then. Aril and Tingle. The other one will be Aril then. How about that? Don't need to worry about those, thank you very much. Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4 rupees. Oh, Aril. I'm beginning to suspect that we may not actually be related because I am a floof and you are a human. Aril, why did you have that? And also, how? Well, we could go and do that as well at some point. Tick that off on the tracker. Oh, there's more keys that I don't have. Great. Okay, local fairy, give me your goodness. And I'll tick that off on the tracker. And preemptively tick off Western Fair Island as well. Because that's where we're going after this. Show me what you got. My mother and I are now all up to date with Rick and Morty, with the asterisk that actually we've only watched the first 3 series because we don't have access to Series 4 just yet. And we have enjoyed it. Ah, good. My favourite. The world's most useful chart. As you can tell by the tracker, the important stuff that we're still missing. Double magic. The, one of the letters, which isn't all that important, and the ghost ship chart, and Earth Temple keys. We are missing so many. And pretty sure that it does respawn, but its collectible doesn't. But just in case, I'll just squash you into mush with my hammer. Yeah, it just gives you a 10. A Tenjamin Franklin. Wait, where'd I put my boat? There's my boat. Okay, great, yum and the lovely. That being the case, hi-ho to Western Fairy Island. Wow, I got ahead of myself there. I look sort of almost Jamaican from that angle, just because of, like the hair almost looking a bit dreadlocky. Shout out once again to Spen for making these models. Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, I already have the sail equipped. Well, then we can just go this way. I suppose this is just a hallmark of good game design. I like that you can tell that that's a fairy island just from this distance, just because of how pointy they are. Like, all the fairy islands are this consistent, distinctive, iconic shape. So yeah, that's it's a good design for a huge overworld that you can see, like, even though it's a sea and there's not much going on, like, you can still tell roughly where you're going. And so, that seems like another reason why I'm not a big fan of Breath of the Wild. They overcomplicate the HUD with all this data that you don't need. They overcomplicate everything, whereas the Wind Waker, you don't even need the clock, it's just a nice thing to have. You have a thing telling you where the wind's going, which direction you're facing, and the islands are designed in such a way that you can tell from a distance what you're looking at. And that's just, like, for, like, what, 2003? 2002? 2004? Sometime around then. It's good design. They did a good with this game. And I'm glad I got the randomizer working, because the randomizer is also good. Ham! And while I'm at it, I will steal more local jam. Come to think of it. Yeah. I was going to say that I'm surprised that choo-choos don't make an appearance in Rosie Rupee Land. Really? What just happened? I suppose they kind of do. I don't know if I actually said that out loud. The choo-choos do make an appearance in Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, but in the form of those weird gelatin creatures. And they don't drop chew jelly, they just drop perfect cubes of gelatin. Which, like, I have no business complaining. So, what's my next prize? Is it a bottle of houses? Just, I get a bottle, it's full of tiny little, like Monopoly piece houses. What's it gonna be? Earth Temple Key? Another useless treasure chart. So be it. Good shot of my shield there, selfless promotion. And since I'm probably not gonna need bottles for anything else, might as well grab a couple of friends for the road. It absolutely blew my mind, by the way, when I played this game and discovered you could put water in the bottle. Because, like, I believe, being as I was a bit of a stupid child, I hadn't got to the part of Majora's Mask where you put water into a bottle. So the fact that you could do it in this game, but not Ocarina of Time, was just kind of mind-blowing. Right then. Where next? I am feeling the Cabana Unana, because I did say that I would, Iwa, woo, woo. Edward would. 10 blue bicycles in Beijing. We need 15, even though we shouldn't. And I think Spectacle Island and Crescent Island? Crescent Moon Island? The one that's up one row in between the middle of these. So, like, up one and right one, or up one left one. I think that might even have 2 for all I remember. I don't know. Anyway, take me to the Tower of the Wedding Ring. And then, pretty much due south, but not quite, I'm going to use this opportunity to drink my stream-mandated bottle of water. It's like a government-mandated tattoo, but neither of the previous. Stay hydrated! That's good moisture. And with that, we approach the Island. It's called an island because there is indeed land here. Right then, Stuffy McButlerface, let me waggle my paper under your nose and have you let me enter you. Yeah, that can't possibly be misconstrued. Little door, let me come o'er. You there. Grant me entry. Just sort of blitz through that, by the way. Okay. So, I'll put the grappling hook there because we're not gonna really need it beyond this initial shebangon. And I say shebangon because in the days of the Wii version of Animal Crossing, one of, well, it was mostly my mother's friends, but one of her friends was, like, the name of her town, all lowercase, was Shebang, but she accidentally spelled it with an extra N, so it was Shebangon. And that just sort of stuck with me. So here we are. Shebangon. I don't remember if there's a way of guaranteeing that you get those rupees. I think they just sort of, you have to hope that the right ones fall down, and then they don't respawn. Anyway, into the, unsanitary pit. I can never remember what the intended way through here is. I think maybe if you somehow clip it just right, you can probably smack these shortcut switches through the walls, but I don't know. I believe what we need to do is look for the second room that has a switch in it and then find the place where you can drop down that doesn't have a ladder attached, I think. Also, fair warning, there are redeads down here somewhere. It's highly unsanitary. Oh, spatial awareness! I can hear the way out, which is not great because that's not what we're looking for. That's a lot of salad! It's like a lot of damage, but a lot of salad. Right then, I'm feeling left and then into the stone-looking place, which is left again. And this should spit us out somewhere with a ladder. Haha. And there should be a switch in this room. There sure enough is. Boom. And then, yeah, another switch there. And I don't know if that's rupee salad. I don't know if that's a back cut or a forwards cut. Judging by the lack of holes, I'm going to say forwards cut. Ah, yep, sure enough. Because there's no other way of getting to this, I don't think. So, progress. Ordem e progresso, as it says on the Brazilian flag. Now, this tunnel, I believe, doesn't lead to anything of value. But I'm checking it anyway, just... Well, wait, no, it might do, because there's... Yes, there are 2 chests down here. I always forget about that. So, yeah, clearly there is nothing of value here whatsoever. I mean, yeah, it's not useful for the randomizer, but it would have been a travesty and a tragedy and a balanced breakfast if I'd missed that. I think that means we are about halfway there. I would eat a rupee salad if it was made of edible things. Like, if it was like a breakfast cereal, it just looked like rupees. As long as it's not like pure crystallized sugar, because that would be... Like, my teeth would cry. And that's not even to do with, like, oral hygiene, it's just... just the idea of biting into crystallized sugar, I'd just be like... You know? Is that just me? Also, people who bite ice cream. What the fuck's wrong with you? Anyway, down here, there is a redead. Prepare yourself. I went the wrong way. In fact, there are 2 redeads. What, because the redead warning or because of biting ice cream? Oh, there's a rat. I was born in the year of the rat, as it happens. Okay, that's that exposed. You don't drop anything of value, so I shall continue onwards. Good thing the rats don't follow you into these tunnels, because then it would just be like unavoidable damage if you get sandwiched in by 2 ratty bodies. Like, how do your teeth not just, like, scream? It's a sad salad sandwich. So what's my prize for going into my cabana unana? Is it a key because we need keys? Is it the ghost ship chart because we've not ghost shipped yet? Oh. Good. Hooray. And bleep that and okay. Just checking what's on the tracker. I am fully up to date on everything. But it's so unpleasant. Unless, what, yeah. I don't even like ice cream anyway. And people think I'm weird for that, so I guess we have that in common, just in opposite directions. We both don't like ice cream correctly. I for not liking it at all, and you for liking it incorrectly. Well, at least all the higher value rupees fell to floor level. It seemed like such a waste not to be able to get them down. Not to mention a bit of an oversight, but then again... Actually, come to think of it, you could probably use the grappling hook to swing up to those higher platforms, which I know you can't do in the original, which is why I'd written the idea off, because... Yeah, but in the randomizer, they've changed it so that would hypothetically be possible, I think. Well, in any case, I think the next port of call would be to go to the Wind Temple. Even though I already said I want chew jelly, even though it will almost definitely not give us anything of value, but still... Well, I'll tell me what. I shall take the scenic route and acquire chew jelly along the way. Now, one thing, like, I was not a SpongeBob child at all. So I only really know the memes and such like. And I sort of culturally osmose my way into understanding stuff about it, but you know, I didn't grow up with SpongeBob, so yeah. But one thing that consistently makes me lose my shit, just no context, is Sponge Boy me barb. That has no business being funny, and yet I die. Any Susan. Spectacle Island, there's a minigame here. We do not have to do it because I did not have it set in the randomizer logic. So, local child, allow me to murder you. I know you're here. There you are. Oh, my work here's done. How violated would you feel if that happened in real life, where, like, someone just sort of comes up, steals part of your flesh, and then doesn't even bother finishing killing you? I don't even remember what I said that qualifies as humor that is. So there's that. I'm just gonna drink some more because it shuts me up. Bump the button there. Accident. Water. See, I could just go straight to Gale Isle and get on with the Wind Temple, but no, I want to have some blue chew jelly so that I could trade them in. Liquid, exactly. You see, and that's why do we agree on everything? Except we don't, because you're into ice cream. Like Serbia 2017, except instead of in too deep, it's into ice cream. And the tracker still reckons there's stuff that I can do in the Earth Temple, and I assure it I can't. Go away, shark. Or in fact, they're called Georgs in this game, even though they look nothing like Georg from Majora's Mask. You're there, and there's a second one here. I had a feeling. I had an oolong steak have a pillory. We still need 2 more. It'd be nice to have 3 so that I can give away 15 and still have 1 left over, but whatever. Is that Bob Ross? I can't actually tell from this distance. Anyway, Wind Temple. I still want to find the double magic, if at all I can. And my tracker reckons that I can do everything in the Wind Temple, and vaguely thinking about it, I don't see why that wouldn't be true. So that's gravy. Right then. Ham, and put the foot. I like that the trees go all bendy and stuff, because there is nothing that makes the trees, like, react like that anywhere else in the game. But they have the consideration to put it in here for effect. And you can't throw a bomb at this because the bomb just sort of gets yote away. So there we go. We can enter the Temple of the Wind. Right, we're going to need... Well, we'll need the iron boots in the opening room, so might as well leave those equipped. And I think I mentioned this before, but, well, first of all, the first time I heard about Bob Ross was in Epic Rap Battles of History, and I don't like that battle because one of Bob Ross's arguments essentially boils down to, I win this rap battle because America. And, like, that's... No. Just no. Just no. You can't say that. That's not a valid argument. Like, granted, rap battles can be full of really irrational arguments as long as they're lyrically prevalent, but going, I win because America, that does not wash at all, and also it's offensive. Also, lemon, lime, fire, and these trees have tiny faces on them. So there's that. Now I need to go and park my child. Go away, toucan Patrick. Oh, there's you as well. You're also here. You have a red head. I think I already knew that. And I believe that's everything. Yeah, that's everything that Macau needs to do here, so over to me once again. By the way, speaking of things that begin with Mac, the place known as Macau, it still kind of blows my mind that there is a place that's, like, basically Portuguese China. Obviously, that's a massive oversimplification. It is a bit more complicated than that. But just speaking Portuguese in Asia? What? He says, fully aware that the Japanese word for thank you is literally like just a Japanification, or Japonification, I think is the word, of obrigado. That's where they got arigato from, which is just a crazy thing. And in my emphasizing saying arigato, I said it in just the most English way possible. Anyway, the pot is open. Now we can splonge out of here. Such an odd noise. What is it with the temples associated with Macau and having things that spwung you whilst making weird noises? Also, what did you never realize? That the thing about Macau or the thing about arigato? Or arigato? Because there's an extra... It's an extended "or" sound. Or. Come with me, child, with a leaf for a face. And one thing that I only discovered when I was doing my personal playthrough of... I love the noises those things make when they wake up, by the way. They just... Like, you walk into a room, and there are some statues that are ostensibly fine. But then they go, oh, and then they start charging at you, and it's just hilarious, because they don't even... Like, they have this sort of sassy one hand on hip, one hand on head situation. They don't look like they would go, oh, but they do. Anyway, there's a secret up here, and I did not know about it until I played the randomizer for myself. I forget how you get up there. I think maybe there's a hookshot target on the other side of the room? I think? Well, whatever. We will solve the mystery. Yeah, that's one thing as well, that, like, I would understand Japan's relationship with Portugal so much... Like, I would understand it so much better if it had been explained in Bill Wurtz's video about the history of Japan. Because there's no mention of Portugal in there at all. Apart from... Wait, no. Yeah. In the history of the entire world, they mentioned Portugal and the... Wait, no. That was Netherlands. I was going to say Portugal and the spice trade, but that's also wrong. I know Portugal is mentioned. Oh, for some reason I thought the game was going to tell me, hey, you can't do this temple yet. Like, bitch, yes I can. Right, there's the hookshot target. The hook shoot, the hook shook. I learned what I did about Macau mostly because of the ABU TV Song Festival. Or maybe the Radio Song Festival. One of their song festivals. Iron boots, I was looking right at them. So... Just... A clunge of 10 rupees. A clunge? I think that's already a word. And a joy pendant, because why the flell not? Now, funny thing with these cracked floors, I believe... Yeah, you can stand on them in iron boots and nothing happens. And... Yeah, you can bounce on them all you want in iron boots. It's only if you put iron boots on them that makes them break. That makes them be like Montaigne does not want to be. Now, unlike with the Earth Temple, mostly because I didn't have a choice in the Earth Temple, but with the Wind Temple, I found that the easiest way to clean it up in a randomizer is to just not sequence break, just do it in the order that the temple was designed to be done in. It's just easier to be a bit more thorough that way. Liquid water for my throat. That's an oddly suspicious way of saying that. Oi. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I have light arrows equipped. I should probably at least swap that to ice so that I can use a bit less magic when dealing with the children. And, okay, there's a Tingle Chest here. And this is the one that I find the easiest to forget about. Or either this or the second one. I think the second one in Dragon Roost Cavern is the easiest to forget about, because why would there be more than one Tingle Chest in a dungeon? But this is the second easiest to forget about, because it's just here. Why would it be here? Yet here indeed it is. Hey! Maximal arrow capacity. And again, with the tail passerans, as I pronounce it. Like, everyone on the internet seems to call them tail pasaran. And as I said in the previous stream, or possibly the stream before, if it was Spanish, it would be tail pasaran, meaning they will tail pasar. But I always called them tail passerans. I don't even know if that's what they're supposed to be, because I know that... the only reason why I know the enemy name at all is because of their appearance in Ocarina of Time. You gonna land anytime soon, Macau? Macau! he is Macau now. He is the entire area. I don't know whether to, like... Because I don't... to my knowledge, and I might be wrong, I don't think it's a country in its own right. And I don't think it's a UN member at any rate. I don't know how, like, China feels about it. I feel like that's one of those places where China would be like, hey, we have big opinions about Macau. So I don't know if that's, like, a thing. Because obviously, like Hong Kong and Taiwan are kind of under that sort of situation as well. So I just shouldn't talk about things that I don't understand. Because I am a good boy and I don't want to cause offense or a trouble. Anyway. I'd forgotten just how tutorial heavy Macau could be, or Macau, or Maker. Maker Studios, the original Defy Media. Hooey. Ooh. I didn't realize there was this kind of pot here as well. Did I? Maybe I did. No, I did. Never mind. You ever just forget about pots, and then you remember that you hadn't forgotten after all? Okay. Hoot shoot. And I still have the boots equipped. So, I think the logical thing to do here would be to set Macau down here for the time being. And go about the dungeon as if as if he's still trapped in here. Which, by the way, in this game, like, when you're playing it vanilla-wise, once you plant the trees in the previous room, Macau gets, like, kidnapped by a floor master and he gets thrown in here. And you need to get the hook shot and come back, and that's how you free him. And the hint that he gives you is oh, you could latch onto it. Hey, Spen! And you know what? That's entirely fair enough. Because I've had a difficult week myself, so I can sort of relate, but I don't know the specifics of the situation. But yes, so the only hint that the game gives you is, oh, you need to be heftier in order to move the statue. And like, game, what the fuck do you mean by that? And what it actually just means is heavier. Because you just need to use the iron boots, as I just demonstrated. Okay, good. That was intended. But yeah, Spen, you relax to the contentedness of your heart. And also, I have the hammer now. Which way am I? Where am I? I think I need to keep going that way. Yeah, okay. Jail cell on my left. There's... With the hammer, I believe now we've seen every single custom model I had Spen make for me. So, yeah. And I'm happy with them. Don't do that 2 times in a row, you know. Try to drink water, it drips down the left side of my face. Honestly. So rude. Anyway. Right then. Just get this random rupelage, and... honestly, that's probably some, like, offensive term. It's not intended to be. Oh, Spen, you narcissist. But yes, you are likable. Is anyone else from the Telegram group gonna be joining us tonight, or is it just you and me? Because no one watches me, and it's tragic. And clearly I'm going to take it very personally and get extremely torn up about it. Except no, I'm being facetious, as you can tell. Because when you're on the internet, you have no choice but to be the bigger person. So even if I wanted to be salty, it would not be ordained by the Pope. Finally! We finally have an key. So we can actually do stuff in the Earth Temple now. Which weirdly has now unlit it up from my tracker. Which I don't know what its logic is there, but whatever. I'm just gonna murder these so they don't get in my way. Because I know if, like... You see, I'd almost forgotten, because I pushed it to the back of my mind, that the Pope has played Undertale, and yet here we are. Now, I don't think it's as... I know definitely this, like, this slab that's right in front of the boss door, you can just sidle past without... You don't have to bring Macau all that way. Oh, well, I know he was given Undertale, because MatPat was there. Like, you don't know, maybe he has played it. You know, maybe he borrowed a friend's computer. Maybe he took a shit on Mr. McNamara's computer. Maybe he jumped down the stairs, threw his body at the pool table, and broke it in half. By the way, that whole that entire stand-up routine about the one thing you can't replace. I want to say it's Genius Lyrics, that website. Someone has uploaded an entire transcript of that stand-up routine to a lyrics website under the pretense of it being song lyrics. So that's fun. I got a piece of ass. As Spen can probably guarantee, I mean what? Now I don't even know what he's puffing at. PF Changs, it's giggle. We don't have PF Changs in this country, I don't know what I'm saying. And now I shall take my flag of Soon Moo and fly over yonder. Surely that's not legal. I mean, I suppose having lyrics post online is technically of dubious legality anyway, simply because, like, the person who wrote the lyrics has exclusive rights to it, and you need to get their say-so to get the lyrics published, but, like, no one pays any attention to that because that's a stupid thing to police, because, like, that's not the way that copyright law is intended to function, but people are fond of abusing the system anyway, but, like, you know, I forget how I started the sentence, but I'm sure the point that I perhaps made is maybe clear. Haha, you missed me, and now my sword might kiss you. It was more of a peck on the cheek, really. Right, so the next thing to do then would be Iron Boots. Open up this pit, literally. And you know what, I'm going to finish off my water while I'm here as well. One last swig. Bottle of water. Take off my shoes. Wait, there's a chest down here somewhere, and also things that spin around the walls and hit you sometimes, which is a really strange mechanic. Speaking of strange mechanics, that reminds me of a Flash animation I saw once that it's really in my interests to not say anything else about. But I feel like if I described it in enough detail, Spen would probably know exactly what I'm referring to, and I don't know whether to be pleased or frightened by this prospect. Which sort of reminds me how all 5 of us in my inner friend group have all heard of Bad Dragon, and none of us have any business having done so. Especially the more innocent amongst us. And yet here we are. Now, what am I doing with my life? There's that over there. You know? Ah, this will be the hookshot room. The room where you originally get the hookshot. And I shall just, like, the whole gimmick with this mini-boss is supposed to be, hey, it's a summoner, but I have light arrows, so maybe never mind. And also his headdress reminds me of Horrible Histories, which was just brilliantly produced. You don't get to exist. And you don't get to exist. There we go. Boss solved. I love how the music has just gone back down to, like, not even mini-boss anymore, because that's how easy of a time we're having. Hubris, my child! But yeah, Horrible Histories, where it was in its prime when the cast of people who since went on to make Yonderland and Ghosts, they were the peak of the series, and the current cast are still, I mean, they're okay, but they're not the same. And one of their sketches, and it's, I think, were it not for the fact that all of these civilizations are pretty much dead anyway, I think it would be considered offensive that I don't remember which one, but I can never remember which ones the Incas were, which ones the Aztecs were, and which ones the Mayans were. But one of those 3, one of their sketches was Aztec/Inca/Mayan Cluedo, or Clue for the Americans and possibly Canadians, where, like, the whole joke is every single time the answer is the priest in the temple with the sacrificial dagger. Just every single time. That's the joke, because human sacrifices. And a hammer. Broom, broom! I made a point of showing off that it's got the little sort of swap bracelet thingy on it as well, because Anodyne. And now that I'm back into streaming, I really should finish playing Anodyne 2, because they did send me a review copy of it, so I didn't even have to pay for it, and I only streamed the stuff that was okay to stream pre-release, and I never went back and finished it, and I do still intend to. So there's that. Now what's over this yonder instead, Mund? What thing is awesome? I can't keep track of all the things that I say. Also, this is the evil room where everything's terrible, and if you position it just right, then maybe? Nope, never mind. Yeah, okay. So the whole gimmick with this room is you only to do it to completion, you only have to do it once. Because Anodyne 1 was good and my Let's Play didn't do it justice, and then Anodyne 2 is also good, but I've only played the first, hour and a half of it. But it's probably just as good, if not better. So yeah, the whole gimmick with this room is there are 5 holes in the floor, and depending on which hole you fall through, you get a different set of enemies when you get down here. And one of the holes doesn't even put any enemies down here in the first place, one of them brings those statues to life. You get the idea. And really, you only have to pass through this room once to get the chest on the other side, and the reason why I'm doing that part now is because that'll turn the spikes off, so they'll shut the fluff up. But if you go through all 5 holes, then it makes a chest appear. And that's what I'm doing, because this is a randomizer. It makes a chest appear there. So first of all, spikes, shut up. Punch the microphone. There's the other Earth Temple key. I'm glad I spliffunged. There's a 3rd Earth Temple key, apparently. Hoot-doop-be-doot-doo. Okay, that was the nothing hole. Teehee. But yeah, the Anodyne developers, who I don't actually know for certain, because I'm not, super, close to them. They just know I exist and appreciate all the positive press that I've given their games over the years. But I want to say that they are both trans women. I'm not 100% sure, because I know when they made Anodyne, I don't know if they were, if it's because they weren't out yet, or they, that wasn't their truth yet, or what, but, I know when I first heard of them, they were both male presenting, and I think now they're both female presenting. And that good. I want to say they're both Asian American as well. I know at least one of them is half Japanese. Yeah, the point is, support people of all walks of life in the gaming industry. Hey, the Armosses have come to life. And, I follow both developers on Twitter, and, I do make it known when I enjoy their stuff. And there was one time where I was playing Even the Ocean, which was their other big game, and I recommend it as well. And again, I feel like my Let's Play didn't fully do it justice, but I was playing it blind. And I think it was a day 1 Let's Play as well, because I was that enthusiastic about it. And there was a point in the game where, in between episodes of the Let's Play, I had to go and gush at them on Twitter about, a certain detail in one of the areas. And between me doing that and me recording the next episode, they replied to my tweet and being like, oh, well, thank you for shouting this out. We're glad that you liked it. Something that really gives the impression that these are real, genuine people who actually honestly care about how you feel about their product. It's not just an automated, oh, someone has tweeted at us, give a stock response. No, this is someone who has actually taken the time to go, hey, I'm super happy that you liked what we made. So yeah, that's good developers being good. So, people who do things take note. Because, I think this is something that generally the boomer generation, and to an extent Generation X, doesn't fully understand about social media. Yes, technically, your engagement numbers, and this is speaking as someone who has worked in marketing and as someone who actually does have a leg to stand on when it comes to digital media interaction and stuff. But technically, yes, your engagement numbers do go up if you have, an automated response to something, but it's never the same. Now, can I reach Macau from down here? Surprisingly, yes. Okay. Because, yeah, you get people responding to the fact that, like, if you have an automated Twitter bot, for instance, people will tell the difference, and they won't necessarily, you know, they won't like it as much as if you have an actual organic reply. And organic interactions and metrics are always worth more. But all the people are just like, haha, like button, go brrr. And that's just, oh, I'm gonna get blown. Can I whip out my leaf? Blow me, please. Please, wind, I want to try a thing. Hey, it worked. And don't mind the flag going through itself. Because honestly, Spen, had you not pointed that out, I would not have noticed. He says, pointing it out himself instead. But no, I still like the stuff. I am happy with what I have commissioned from you. Oh, my knees. I'm now sort of... Is it politically correct to call it Slav squatting? Because I want to say it was, like, pioneered by people of actually Slavic origin, but that's essentially the stance that I'm currently occupying whilst playing the game, because I'm keeping my legs full of blood. It's fine, the doctor said all my bleeding was internal, that's where the blood's supposed to be. And did I already press this button? And also, that's so cool, by the way. Like, okay, so it still has Antarctic flag when I'm holding it, but when I wave it, it goes bye-bye, and I think it's cool. Spen, you're dead good. I will never get tired of defeating enemies by throwing my hat at them. Collect money by throwing my hat at it. It's good. I am have, and that's just the end of that thought. Well, I'm not complaining. Now. Oh, wait, yeah, that was when I opened up this pit. Ooh. Now, not that I intend to, because I don't, but could I hypothetically use this model for that as well myself? I'm not really in a position to, but, like, is it that kind of model? Or was it packaged a certain way? Because, like, I don't know how these things work. I am smart, but just not in that way. Oh, wow. See, much like when I first approached you for the model commissions in the first place, I was fully expecting the answer to be, no, that's not how models work at all. See, I mean, you did say that you'd sent me them as well, so I guess more fool me for not knowing more about the system. But that's not me saying, huh, oh, there, how was I supposed to? Like, I don't know about modeling, so I will just take your word for all of it. Like, that was a positive sort of interaction of our working relationship as well. Unless you disagree, Spen, which you're welcome to. But the acknowledgement of, like, you were really apologetic about the amount of time that you took to produce the files, and, like, I was like, bruh, you could have spent 5 years making these, and not only would I not know the difference, I would just be like, you know what, fair enough, because I have had at least a small amount of experience with, with trying to make some models of my own, as this was part of my ill-fated first year at university, and it is not easy, or at the very least, the easiness does not come quickly to beginners, is probably a better way of putting it, but, like, you know, talent is done by people putting in the work, is essentially what I'm saying. and Spen puts in work. But on a base level, it would technically be agreeable. And that's the base pudding. You know, where you put, like, I don't know, like Angel Delight on a subwoofer. Turn on the music. It's bass pudding. That probably sounded delightful. And now, despite what I previously said, I'm gonna do a bit of the dungeon out of order, he says, falling back into the hole. Ben, if you think I underpaid you, then by all means say so. I mean, I want to make it clear, we did negotiate a price beforehand, and it was to your agreement. So, I don't want anyone thinking that I did anything illegal, because I did not. That's not me criticizing you for saying whatever. I just want it to be clear. Hang on. Well, you did good anyway, Spen. And don't mind me, I've explained before how the C buttons are mapped on my Steam controller. It means I need to be constantly moving my thumb across a trackpad for it to register in a direction. Yeah, I just want people to know that I am not a client from hell, and I actively try to avoid being that. Oh, it's the boss key! I forgot this was the boss key room! Well then. Once again, I will fight it legitimately. Once again, strip the comparatively attractive furry dudes. I mean, what? Stop trying to punch me with your hands. Punch me with your soul instead. Face battle me, bro. Macau just off to one side watching like, am I old enough to view what's going on here? Just 4 furries of variable musculature hitting each other with their weapons. I just don't think about it. I do remember there being a comic about what they get up to when they think no one is around, and all I remember is the last panel of the comic being Link holding the Picto box and it basically just being a bruh moment for everyone involved. And once again, oh, well, I'm glad you're still here, Dino. Yeah, once again, I'm sure Spen probably knows exactly what I'm thinking of just from that description. All of these charts, some of which I didn't even know existed prior to the existence of the randomizer. Hey, I mean, I don't think about the names of species when determining how furry feelings work. Like, I don't think, Spen looks a certain way, and plus or minus attractive for being 3-dimensional shape demon. I don't even know how to describe your situation. I just accidentally wave dashed, apparently. Am I the only one who prefers your pangolin form? Because pangolins are cute. Meanwhile, I'm just out here being a big floofy kitty cat. Right. I mean, Cyclops sort of undersells the red with a cube for a head situation, but yes. Oh, they're different boys. Well, then I prefer the other boy. Well, that's good. And oh, you got custom emotes and everything. You see, I can't even criticize because I do have an unholy menagerie of OCs. So I wouldn't blame people for, like, not knowing the full catalogue of Tess and friends? Question mark? I don't know. We don't talk as much as someone who knows these things better would with prepositions. Yeah. But that's the thing with talking to furries in general, especially on Telegram. Like, it can very quickly go one of two ways. It can either go very lewd or very sad, because it turns out that a lot of furries are deeply wounded people. And that's not a criticism, that's we're a bunch of depressed people who aren't in various creative outlet ways. Or both! You know, they have a verb for that in Swedish that I've mentioned on stream before, and one of my Swedish-speaking viewers has requested that I never say the word again. So there's that. Just killing this Wizrobe in the slowest way possible. Oh, right on top of me. I will say that this is the cutest that Wizrobes have ever been in the Zelda series as well, because how they look to Majora's Mask. I mean, fitting, but also not a fan of the whole grungy old man look. Okay, Span. Okay. Because I know how you like to sleep at my voice, so I will just read the dictionary. You know, I will invite you into my DMs and we can read the Bible. So how's everyone else doing? Oh, dearie Lulu baguette toast bagel bites. What are bagel bites? Are they just bites of a bagel? Don't I can't use items now because you touched me inappropriately. Yeah, that's what I think of you. See, once again, I have forgotten what I said that prompted that kind of reaction. So... I'm just gonna plant some trees and forget that this conversation ever got weird. I like the whole tree planting mechanic. Like, playing it in a randomizer, it is kind of, like, cumbersome and tiresome, and I fell! I will personally murder you. Yeah. In, like, vanilla Wind Waker, at least, the whole tree planting mechanic, I find to actually be sort of, not necessarily, like, fun, because it is a little bit cumbersome to activate and actually do anything with, but I like the idea of it. Because there's a level in the original Rayman that's built around a very similar concept, and it's stressful as all hell because it's got this whole sort of rising water kind of mechanic, but I like this sort of thing. It sort of feels like completing the world, sort of. You know, there's a place where you can interact with it in a way that is one and done forever, and your presence permanently changes the world and makes it be more complete. And also, the thought occurs that the face on these trees faces a different way depending on which way Macau is when he plants the seed. And that makes me wonder, does that persist between rooms, or do the actors that represent the individual trees, are they reset when the room reloads? Because if not, then that would mean that everyone's, like, versions of the Wind Temple, save for speedrunners, would look ever so slightly different because the trees are all facing slightly different ways. And I think that's cool. Can I stop being frenellated yet? Huh. Apparently the shield can actually block that. Well, how about that? Now, Mr. Grabby Hat, or Mrs., or however you pronounce MX, is it just pronounced MX, or is it like Muxter, Mixes? Whatever your pronouns are, you're dead now, so I guess it matters comparatively less compared to when you were alive. Well, actually, no, that's not true either. There was a floor master here, and now there isn't. And does this mean that we're basically done with the dungeon? Kind of. Macau, just get on the switch. Get on the ball. Be the ball. Excavate the sausage. That sounds like a euphemism for, like, I don't know, like undressing someone else, but the someone else is a male. You must excavate the sausage. Well, I suppose you don't must, but you can. You're under no particular obligation to do so, but it is an option that is available to you. And I want to say there was no point in me doing that because, yeah, that switch isn't that's not a one-and-done deal, and I don't think we'll need to use it because we just need to wander over yonder, like that one TV show. Oh, it's this room! I hear a friend. Nope. See, it happened again, where the enemy I'm aiming at ends up not getting locked onto, because the game's like, oh, but this enemy's so much closer, wouldn't you rather attack this enemy instead, even though your strategy clearly hinges around you L-targeting something else entirely? Hey. You ever just get hit in the face by a skeleton? You ever have one of those days where you're just a cute, innocent, furry boy, and you just get thoroughly boned? Just get frozen and stop being my problem. Right then, the fun part of this room. Splolking around the Christmas tree. Oh, there was a second one the entire time, or possibly as of just now. And you can get frozen as well. I should probably just have that on X just in case. Right. What I'm thinking is get as high as possible and then work my way downwards, because I'm fairly sure there are enemies ensconced behind some of these statues, and I could swear that this room didn't work properly when I came here on my personal run. I had to reset the room. And I don't remember how. Right, first of all, that's just supplies, you know, supplies. Is that anything over there? Did I even move at all? Is it just not reaching? Will I have to send an arrow? Just money. Okay. I think all of the friends... Ah, there's a switch there as well. You and... Yeah, I can just use the hoot, shoot, the hook, shook. It's funny because in my playthrough of Dream Team Bros, I just acquired the Luiginary ball hookshot ability. But then you'd already know that if you're familiar with the story of the game. And the location of the beginning of the Ultibed quest. Now that was quite a fall. Once again, that's a lot of salad. He make an big stompy. I gotta pull you up. That makes no physical sense. Who's next? Who wants some? I will look down at you from on high and spit upon the grave of your future. Be murdered. Taste suffering and be ashamed of your dingle. Oh, I don't even need to tear down the other face. It's a good day. It's one fine day to be nude, or so the forecast tells me. I wouldn't know. I don't believe in nudity. There's no such thing. It's not real. Fun fact, I was born in a three-piece suit. The doctors were baffled. Anyway. Once again, we must go and plant the future. We must mosma prickney pimen. Do not touch my beanstalk. It sounds like one of those Armos knights just... It sounds like they're in the process of killing the bokoblins behind me. Which is impressive to say the least. Now don't mind me. Oh! I didn't realize they could go up that step. Well, that's awful. I normally don't bother fighting enemies in here, but you know what? Y'all have pissed me off just enough that I think I shall. Have a head of a chicken. And now the frame rate is chungling. That's one thing that I found with Mario and Luigi Dream Team Bros as well. Performance kind of disappointing, because I'm playing it on a new 3DS XL, so the thing that's supposed to have all of the enhanced everything. And specifically when a Luiginary constellation appears in Dreams Deep, it just goes through the craziest slowdown for as long as the constellation is in the sky. And I think there are some other areas as well where basically anything following from in the background, unless Luigi's possessing it, causes crazy slowdown. And I do not know why, because like this is the model of 3DS that should have the none-ist slowdown. Excuse you, I'm spamming the button. Please fly, Macau. Make like several Irishmen bring some helium balloons into a used car. Doodle-a-diddle-a-doo. And if I'm remembering the layout of this temple correctly, I think that might be the last time Macau is actually needed for anything. And even then, you could probably speedrun your way across that somehow. I don't know, but I don't believe I need to worry about him any further. Don't touch me. Make like Colin the computer from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. And I would let you all go in peace, but no, y'all had to keep pestering me with your existence, so fine, I will go on this murderous rampage where I make you all be dead. Monsters, am I right? I would say, no offense, Spen, but then again, I don't know if you count as a monster. Hey, it's this room. So yes, that means that Macau's usefulness is officially obsolete. Because all we need to do is push a single block across the room, and normally you'd need more than one so that you can sort of wind walk your way through. Well then, don't be offended. Don't be offended, don't be offended. But strictly speaking, if you're just working on the barest of necessities, just pull this back, put that in the gap so that you can cross the gap whilst still wearing iron boots, otherwise the wind would blow you away. And then just make it to the moon. You know, because that's the purpose of this dungeon, we're actually just going to the moon. Get knocked forward by the blade trap, why not? And we're through. And you would have thought, hey, you need Macau to pass through this, but you don't. I mean, you're supposed to, but pretty sure that if you just sort of keep at it, you can just kind of merge through it. I know it's possible, I have done it before. So this is the thing that's happening. We are ever so slightly inching through this stone. Not supposed to be able to, but, okay, that's an angle. Are we inside? I don't know where I am anymore. This is good. I am none the wiser. Did I sidle? Have I succeeded? Okay, the map is actually very helpful here. Huh? There it is. You see? Easy as counting to pi. And just pop a chicken head there. Blow myself up for good measure. Pot is open, we have the boss key, we can go and fight Mulgera, and it can demonstrate once and for all the exact beef that I have with how this game handles L targeting. Yes, fairies. And magic, of course, even though we don't even need magic for this boss, but still. And as a method of future-proofing, I guess just grab the sail, because we'll be sailing after this, I suppose. Hey! We're still missing some rather crucial items, though. Anyway, Mulgera, the best boss music in the entire game, and knowing my luck, Nintendo probably copyrights the hell out of it on the YouTubes. There she blows. Blow me! So the big deal here is, you see, it just spawned a load of babies, and those distract your L target. Because the whole point here is you're supposed to L target the tongue. Oh, it's spawning underneath me, my favorite system of endowment. My favorite Dow exits. That's gonna happen as well. That's not a good time. Like, game, you can see what I'm trying to lock onto. No. And not you either, but I might as well kill you for good measure. There we go, that's what I want, and... there we go. I've never known my sword to get stuck on these fuckers as well, but apparently it's a thing that can happen. Yeah, can you just cease? Can you cease, please? Good grief. Oh good, it spawned more. There you are. Fine, I'll just use this time to eliminate the distractions. Except they just... Oh, that's good. That's happening. Look how the sand is just blue because of the enemy recolor randomization situation. This song is such a jam and a bop and a boop toodle doot doo. Just gonna look down inside my own hand. You there, bring me your tongue. Bring me the queen. Because I got the queen sweep in Hex Vision. Can you not knock me about when I've got a solid lock-on going? Get out of the way! Move, assholes! Though, if your assholes look like that, then that's... God, they are getting in the way even more than they usually do. That is... This boss is just annoyance incarnate. And it's also making the music go all choppy and bitty and biddle and boo. That said, I think Nintendo has become less up its own arse about copyright in more recent years because I think they released the copyright claims on my Pikmin 3 videos. Certainly hoping they did, because I had to make that series borderline unwatchable just to stop their, oh, you're trying to steal our footage thing. Like, bitch, I'm playing your goddamn video game. Hey, Mulgera, can you just invest in contraceptives? I jumped out of the range of that. I don't care what you have to say. Just stop having children. I would be a terrible parent. Game, you can see what I'm trying to target here. Get out the fucking way. Mulgera, why am I having to punish your children for you? Okay, that's bullshit. I was locked onto it, and then the game decided, no, I want to damage you, so I'm going to destroy your lock-on. This doesn't need to be this much drama, but your children are pains in the nuisance. I wasn't even aiming at that one. Good grief. And like, you basically have to L-target it because, you see, I wasn't even, that was literally 180 degrees behind me. I swear this is the Let's Play curse making the whole issue even more exacerbated than usual as well. Because, like, if the whole aspect of challenge that you're working into your boss is using the game's mechanics against you in a way that just highlights the way the game's mechanics are broken, that's not good design. Because, like, if this was, like, I don't want to give Undertale too much praise, because other games have done this as well, but, like, when there are games that actually use the interface against you for whatever reason, that's clever. But this game, using... Oh, it actually is a key! Well, how about that? But this game actively using the poorness of its lock-on system against you, I almost find that offensive, because that isn't good design. I was just praising how well its overworld is designed as well. Oh, well. The hassle is over with. I don't always have that much trouble with that boss, it's just... You see where my beef comes from. You've experienced my beef origin. Earth Temple, we could go and clean that out, because we could finish what we started, and while we're here, tick off the list on my tracker. Just cleaned out the entire Wind Temple. We are good at life, and houses, and legs. I have nice legs. I have powerful legs. I have long legs. Rather hairy as well. I'm a man of much body hair. Not in like an excessive way, but just enough for you to look at and go, he has hair. Okay, something just happened there. Like, if I could get a bit of a helio, that would be appreciated, but you know what? Whatever, game. Now, come to think of it. Am I in a position to head back to Crescent Island and get 2 more Chew Jellies? Like, will they have respawned in the time that it took me to go and defeat the local bastard? Because that will bring us... Yeah, that will bring us up to 15. Unless my maths is wrong. Which it might be. Ho there, Crescent Island. Is it even... It's Crescent Moon Island. Crescent Moon Island. Where am I getting... Is Crescent Island something and something else as well? I feel like it is. Huh. Croissant Island. Really? But I went and did a temple. God, that's offensive. Fine. Then I guess we'll go to, I don't know, Southern Fairy Island and then somewhere else. Porpoise Island, perhaps, even though it's right there. Never mind. I don't know. Actually, no, wait, yeah. Yeah, Porpoise Island actually would make sense. So we get the one that's here, get the one on Porpoise Island, and then we can finally achieve a house of progress. Why do I measure things in houses? Well, here we are anyway. You there, child, emerge from the ground so that I may take your flesh. I am the flesh taker. Here, look at my sail! Give me your face. Really? 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 I'm at a loss for words. Okay, fuck it. Let's go. Wait, actually. I don't even need to fly there. Fly, Pokemon terms, but just... I could just sort of boat there because the Earth Temple is just there. And there are Choo-Choos in the Earth Temple, but no blue ones as far as I recall. Is there just a finite number of blue Choo-Choos in this world? I could swear that was not the case. My world has been, not rocked, but put at a slight skew-width angle. Well, just better hope that that's not anything vital in Randomizer then. Well, we've got all the Earth Temple keys, so we could just go and clean house here. And mercifully, Jalhalla is like, oh, well... I would say that Jalhalla is less of a nuisance when it comes to bosses, but I don't have the Hurricane Spin. And the Hurricane Spin is what makes the boss be much less faff. I mean, it's still easy without it. It's just a bit more of a nuisance. Oh, the pigeons are loud today, and by pigeons I mean seagulls. Yeah, I do not think we have the Hurricane Spin. Tragic. Okay, well, heal me, friend. Thank you. Right then. A hammer, definitely. Probably a bow, because we're going to need to burn some things. Preemptively swap it over to fire arrows as well, because I know we need to burn some curtains. And back into the Earth Temple we go. With a hay and a hoe, into the temple we go. Now, is Medley still deeper in, or has she returned to the entrance? She has returned to the entrance. Let's go to Wendy's. Come with me, my child. Except it would be weird for a lion, a male lion, to give birth to a bird person. Wubba lubba dub dub. Nyar. I do not know what noise that was supposed to be, but that's how it came out, and that's what we're going to live with. All these Choo-Choos, and they're not even the color I need. Now, Medley, am I going to need you? I don't know, I'll bring you just in case. Okay, this is the room where we need to burn things. You're not helping. No one here is helpful. Here, have some refreshing light. Oh, I forgot. We need to put a chew on the switch. Haha! Get squunched. And I reiterate, get stick bug, lol. Could you not? Technically, you could just put Medley on one switch and have everything... Fuck all the way off, please! Okay, I swung my sword at you like 20 times, you're supposed to be dead. And you... In the... Yeah, y'all just stay on your various switches. You could just put Medley on one of these switches, but, like... I was already over there. Now, since the last stream, I have played more AI Dungeon, and I can confirm it is still a fun time. Even though every time I play it, it always goes weird. Like... So, for some context, because I know I didn't explain it that well when Joff was last here, but AI Dungeon, right, is like almost like if Cleverbot did a text-based RPG. And it's fun, but every single time I play it, weird shit happens. And, I mean, that's not a complaint. You know, it's just... I can't even give examples. Like, there was... One time I was married to a dragon, and it was a Sunday, so he insisted that we do things in the back of a 7-Eleven that I believe may have been owned by his parents. How do I exist? Oh, right. Duh. I thought, oh, I can't push this block. There's no light in here. Makes sense. There we go. Right, where is the light? The light is here. So I must cause suffering on the parts of many statues. And Spen, if you're still around, were you able to, like, work out what was causing the mirror shield reflection to not be the thing it was supposed to be? Or was that, did I dream that ever being a thing that was changeable? Because if so, then I won't complain, because everything else is still really good. I don't know how to finish this sentence. I'm still really worried that I need to turn down the pre-gain on my microphone, because just OBS keeps complaining that the microphone's peaking, and I really hope that it isn't. I could swear there was a secret chest in this room somewhere. But apparently not. Also, the Earth Temple music, I mean, not a big fan of the old droning synth aspect, but, oh wait, no, this is gonna make a chest appear, isn't it? Duh. There it is, I'm just a fool. I thought there was one in one of the alcoves, though. Oh. Like, not the biggest fan of the droning synth notes, though it like, that's more of a personal thing. Like, it does very much set a tone. But I do like the drums and the jaw harp. Well, I was hoping to be able to converse with her while she was stunned, because I was hoping to throw her up here, but then I missed. And then I fired again, and I missed. Hooray. Medley, get your ass up here. To provide a rough translation. Now, would people actually be offended if I didn't bother going to beat Ganon? Because, like, I'll go and do the maze place. But, like, everything past that, I'm comparatively unfussed about. Well, Medley, you're in trouble. Sucks to suck. Medley, get up here. There you go, you're out of harm's way. Now, stand in the light and just reflect your panazzle over there. That is absolutely not what a panazzle is, don't Google it. A part of me was wondering, what if it was just a confusion in the file data and somehow I have the shield that has my logo on it, but it's Medley's harp thing that actually projects my logo. But wow, okay, bit rude. You can't do that. Go away. Enter the spirit realm, all of you. Yeah, that's what I think of you and your testicles. Mahoi manoi and other such words. Ooh, it's gone all stretchy. Because of the angle. Can I aim at you, please? There we go. You've become real and now you're dead. And the pose in this game remind me of Tingle. Not completely sure why. They're just very tingly. And it's so much easier to deal with them if you just let them possess you and then cure yourself of possession. Just a quicker way of dealing with them, but you know. That's where the other keyhole is. I'd forgotten about it, you see. So back there, like that key door that I just highlighted, that is the room where you fight the mini-boss to get the mirror shield. So up until this point, the game doesn't think I have the mirror shield, or at least the temple is built around me not having it. And hey, there's the final key in the game. We now have every key. We can't hug every cat, but we can. This cat can have every key. there's a kite that's been stuck in a tree, sort of walking distance from my house for several months now. This has nothing to do with anything. I just thought you might appreciate knowing. Now, oh, there's a side room. I forgot about the side room. I think in the vanilla game, in the side room off of his bedroom, never a good thing to have, that side room over here, I think this is what contains the key to the door that I was talking about having the mirror shield behind it. Now, if Adez is still watching, fair warning, I think there are either Stalfos or Redeads or both in here. Redeads! Hooray! Slightly horrifying. Could you? Maybe not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with affectionate snuggles with Best Lion Boyo, but please, a little bit of consent. Doesn't help that they have an unlawful amount of invincibility when they're just emerging from their coffins. Like, you can't hit it, you can't hit it, you can't hit it, now you can hit it. Yeah, how do you like it, having your attack interrupted? Yeah, it doesn't feel good, does it? Oy. Ah. So the small key that was in here turned into an oopie. Or an opie? I think an oopie, because O-U-P-E-E. Ow, you pee! I don't know what that was. Just me spelling oopie. Nothing else for us in here, so let's go and fight some skelly bobs. Some skelly men. Dennis the Skelly Menace. Coming this October to a hotel nowhere near you. How do y'all put up with me? Seriously. Okay, let's fight some people who are already dead. Music's not even intimidating me. Oh, there we go. See, I could hit you with my hammer. I could hit you with light arrows. I feel like light arrows are one of the few things that aren't that effective. Like, well, this is one of the enemies that isn't that much affected by light arrows, is what I should say. But I don't remember that for certain. God, I'm beginning to be influenced by Rick from Rick and Morty at this point. Every other word is a belch. I probably really should get back into finishing off A Hat in Time once and for all. Just, like, well, obviously not tonight, because it's like nearly 20 to 12, but still. That's one thing, come to think of it. If there are any... Well, primarily I'm thinking of Americans here, but anyone from a native English-speaking country that isn't part of Britain, or Great Britain, if you're going to be pedantic about it, do y'all not use, like, time expressions like, you know, 22 and 25 past and all that stuff? Because I swear, I never hear Americans talk, like, in that way. Don't know how I managed to get that cheap shot in just there. Because, like, with Americans, it's always, like, oh, it's like, I don't know, like, it's 11:40. Like, they never say 20 to 12. Like, is that a cultural thing, or have I just been really selective in the Americans that I've listened to in my time? Huh, time. Anyway, Chest, what do you have? A Youpie. I feel like I've bitten my tongue, but I haven't. Edge of my tongue feels unusual, peculiar. I found the words I was looking for. Aiming, it is a thing I can do. Those switches are only less horrifying when compared to the light arrow switches from Majora's Mask. Come to think of it, were there sun switches in Ocarina of Time? Yeah, there were. Spirit Temple. What am I thinking? Do they appear anywhere other than the Spirit Temple? Because I feel like they're such a staple, and yet only now am I thinking, huh, maybe they're not a thing. Right, how does this room work? There's the light, because there's a bonus friend bit, and I will need Medley to appear from wherever she's gone. Now, can I aim? Aiming is a thing I can do. Bloopy! Just gonna play my little tune and hope that Bird Person attends. And I did actually mean that in that, like, comes to where I am. She attends me. But I suppose that could also kind of be a pun, because French attendez, meaning to listen to. So that's cool. Just gonna sort of aim generally there, and then reflect that with my own self. Oh, I'll just stand naturally and see how long it takes that to melt the wall just from standing here. Come on, idle animation, come through for me. Please. Yay! Tess wins by doing absolutely nothing. Didn't even need this for anything, I just wanted to prove that that's a thing you can do. Anyway, back deeper into the temple. And vaguely hope that we come across the hurricane spin while we're at it. Thud. Right then. Back into the bowels of the temple. Wonder if anyone else is going to join me in the voice chat this evening. It's always such a treat when they do. Now, I believe, just for the sake of reference, that the song slab thing that I skipped in the Wind Temple, I believe that is the only one that can be skipped like that. So I don't think you can skip any of the you have to play the Earth God's lyric walls in this temple. I don't think that's a thing you can do. Right. Just did that because I could not be asked dealing with the Redeads. Like, they're not even difficult to deal with. I just could not be bothered. Right, so to the right is the room with all the floor masters that we've dealt with. Left is the room that we've already done, where I had to go through a pit of blue gas, which feels like years ago that we did that. Years ago, people went down alleyways. This technique was called a walk. Now, can you get up there, Medley? Well, the camera just went all confusing. Get up there. Medley. Clam down. Clam down. Okay. Onwards we go. Suddenly my eyebrows itch, which is an oddly specific itch to have. I'm just gonna pretend you're not even there, you accursed floating skull. And whip out the hoot shoot, the hook shook if you will, and murder you that way. You're not allowed to exist either. You dumb shit. Flew your own self into the light, knowing it's your weakness. Foolish, foolish child. Anyone else? Wee-hee-hee. I could swear that the pose in the base game were all different colors, and then the randomizer randomizing their colors has somehow made them all be the same color. Well, this isn't annoying at all. Again with the idle animation shenaniganry. Come on. Went quiet for a second. I was scratching my bottom lip with my teeth. Yeah, you're not alive either. Oh, I can't just leave the rupee there. Even if it is 1 rupee, he says with no feeling at all. Oh, you're here. And again, tonight on Pose Being Dumb Shits. Rupee. But can we make it happen a third time? I don't want to try to. Fuck it. Medley! Bird friend, come and do friendly bird things. Come, friendly birds, and rain on my parade. I do wonder, to how much of an extent would this actually be feasible? Because, like, for one, how old do the statues have to be for this to work? And for two, angles? Do they function? Am I aiming? Oh, actually was. Haha! Yes, Medley, can I somehow bounce you fondly? That was not what I wanted to do at all. I could hit the corner of it. Come on, there we go. I wanted to do that on as little effort as possible, and I succeed. Which is obviously the past tense of succeed. Hey, Medley, you're a bird. You don't have teeth, but you eat bird food, probably. I bet you're used to sucking seed. That's not meant to be a euphemism for giving head. I'm specifically talking about, like, bird seed, but no teeth, so can't chew, therefore, suck the seed. I explained the joke. Everything's collapsing. What's my prize? Hey, it's actually relevant. Hello, everyone. I am actually relevant. I swear that they never used to freeze you for this long. Get your spooky ass away from me. Won't you take me to Spooky Town? I'm sort of borrowing Luca Jin's reaction to the Chapter 3 floor from... Hang on, that's the wrong song. Chapter 3 at Danganronpa V3, there we go. I feel like maybe you'd be able to sidle around behind this slab, but I don't know if you can. I just know you definitely can with that one in the Wind Temple. And also, looking at the time and looking at the duration of the stream, I'm thinking, I'll finish this temple, and I'll finish Dragon Roost Cavern, and then I'll probably call it a stream after that. Because, I don't know, man. Maybe I should end it now, and then have a 4th stream where I just finish everything up. It feels like we've not done as much in this stream compared to previous. Is there a room down there? Oh yeah, that's the whole fucking mirror puzzle room. I kind of can't be arsed with that. I don't know, I should. It's not that cumbersome to get back down here. Or is it? I'm weighing up the options of fighting the boss now or saving... There's the... What? I can't even... This is what I get for letting my hubris dictate my splenge. No! That backfired obsclenculously. I'm just gonna climb out of here. Don't try to grab me. Don't at me, Floor Master. Do they count as Floor Masters or Wall Masters? Because in Ocarina of Time, there is a distinction between the two, and my experience of the game changed completely when I realized. Because Floor Masters are actually completely well, they're not harmless, but all they can do is grab you and punch you, whereas it's the Wall Masters that appear and take you out of the dungeon. So... yes, now that I've stopped grabbing the wall, wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall off. Right, step 1. Blow this up. Make sure it is upwardly blown. Haha, yes, yes. Step 2. Float on over here. I'm just hoping that Medley follows me through the pot, because what I want to do here is I'm going to fight Jalhalla, win, kind of a given, and call it a stream. And then next time, finish off the Earth Temple, and then also finish Dragon Roost Cavern and just do everything else that's miscellaneous and outstanding. And I'm hoping I can use the warp pot to shortcut here without having to bring Medley down too, because I know that you need Medley for the mirror room. Fair enough, Dino. I mean, I'm gonna beat this boss and then call it a night myself, so... You stop that, sir. Get fat and fall. Well, actually, he's chonkular anyway. Get burst. This is so much easier if you have the Hurricane Spin, and I don't believe I do, because that's an item that's added into the randomizer pool. And yes, clearly this boss is cake. We're knifing into him because he's cake, not because he's a boss. But yeah. I don't have the Hurricane Spin, even though earlier on in this very stream, we did the cutscene that's supposed to give you the Hurricane Spin, because we didn't get the item associated. Ah, oh, fuck. I hate it when the ceiling changes. It's such an inconvenience. Yeah. Interrupt his attacks. Yes, Jalhalla is made of a load of smaller versions of himself. He's like the Atomic Boo from Paper Mario. What? Why didn't you? Why did he not pop? Come on, Mr. Creosote. You're supposed to explode when you hit the wall. I don't know why you didn't, and personally affronted. There we go. Godness Gremp. What's eating Godness Gremp? Yeah, with the Hurricane Spin attack, this becomes so much easier because you can kill so many in such a short amount of time. Otherwise, you just need to hope that they get close to a corner, like the penguins in that one co-op minigame in Super Mario Party where you need to herd penguins, and it's kind of an ass time until you learn how to do it. And the reverse shadows on the wall around the lighting sconces look like slices of toast or possibly mushrooms. Get out from inside me. Or I'm inside you. Also disagreeable. I do not find this body shape to be attractive, but it is valid. Not fat shaming, it's just not a personal preference, but that's only me and my tastes, and that should not dictate how you choose to live your life, or in your case, Jalhalla unlife, because you're made of ghosts. And I'm not ghost shaming either. But I am dingle shaming. There is one left. Somehow, one Poe is able to fuse with none others, make its centralized currency be worth none of itself, and become a larger version. Fusion shaming? I am not. I would never. Now you there. Be picked up, and then hit a pillar. Meet a fist. There is one, and I will murder you. Get deaded. Haha. Though, as I recall, Jalhalla also makes a cameo appearance as a boss in Four Swords Adventures, I think? And every time he takes damage, he just jump scares the screen out of spite. And it's just the most random thing. Oh, we got a dungeon map as our prize. Hooray. Well, whatever. We still have stuff to do in the Earth Temple, so we'll be coming back for that later. Also, I believe beating the Earth Temple does Atlock unleashed one piece of post mail as well. So there's that to look forward to. Hooray. So next time, cleaning out the Earth Temple, cleaning out Dragon Roost Cavern, and beating the game. And also probably the ghost ship, because that's something that we've not been able to do yet. So, thank you everyone for watching, the very few people that did. I have been, and will continue to be, Tessellating Hexagons, talking in a weirdly bouncy accent for some reason, and next time will consist of everything I just said, so, yeah, this sure was a stream that strome. This was the stream that was. So, yep, thank you people who watched, and Lozzie for joining me on the call briefly as well. That's me leaving that call. And thank you people who watched, and goodbye, good night, have a safe drive, get a good amount of sleep, drink water, drink the knife, etc. And, yeah, basically good night. Goodbye.